First of all, this year's picks are sponsored by the Purple Parrot. The Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks. The Purple Parrot Grill in Rehoboth Beach, 134 Rehoboth Avenue. I can tell you, great burgers. I've eaten probably too many there myself. And if the Parrot's full when you come down, you go down Rehoboth Avenue on the right at First Street, right before you head, as you're headed to the boardwalk. If they're full, you can go to Baltimore Avenue, 52 Baltimore Avenue, the Iguana Grill. So the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks, and here we go. We're out the bat. Thursday night games probably being played as we talk. Indian River's traveling up north. Last season, the Glasgow Dragons, they broke the stranglehold on that St. George's and Hodgson had on that Blue Hen Flight B title. And going 10-0, but a first-round loss in the state tournament to Caraval, it left a bad taste in their mouth. And I look for them to be coming out on fire. But the Indians don't have a lot of depth, but I think they're hungry under third-year coach Philip Townsend. The game's not at Glasgow. It's being played at Caraval. I'm going to take Indian River in an upset here, 24-22 Indians.
Yeah, well, we know Indian River is rebuilding. You said they don't have a lot of depth, but also a key, I think, is Glasgow. I mean, they haven't had that many great seasons. They had a great season last year. Can they keep it going? So I like your pick. It's going to be an interesting game.
First State Military Academy, not a Henlopen Conference school, but definitely downstate. So we're going to cover them some this year. Their first ever varsity football game. And the Bulldogs have a shot in this game, but I look for Red Lion to get the win and bear tonight.
Yeah, I think first ever varsity football game, that's exciting. It's going to be exciting to watch these guys, see what they're developing, see what they're made of.
First State Military Academy, and coach a couple guys you know, Blair Newman and John Newman, former Riders.
Yep, former Riders. Always a good thing.
The only Henlopen South game of the weekend, the Milford Buccaneers are traveling to Sussex Tech. Upset special here. I'm looking for the Bucks to go into Georgetown. They're leaving with the upset win on the road. Milford 21, Sussex Tech 20.
All right. I think it's tough playing Tech at home. I think Tech's always been tough at home, but to your credit, Milford does have two great running backs, so I think it's going to be one in the battle of the trenches.
Some of the Henlopen South games that will be going on this weekend. Delmar, they look to make some noise in the Henlopen South this year. They go on the road in western Maryland to Smithsburg to take on the Leopards. Delmar's going to win the Battle of the Cats. Another 10 nail-biter. Delmar 21, Smithsburg 20.
Yeah, well, last season, Delmar hung with Woodbridge early, and they ended up being the state champs of Division II, so I definitely think they get the job done. It'll be a good season opener.
And speaking of the state champs, Woodbridge, the Blue Raiders, made history last season, winning their first ever state championship in football with a perfect 13-0 record. They go on the road in a matchup with a Bayside powerhouse in Cambridge, South Dorchester, but Woodbridge is reloaded with a lot of weapons. The Blue Raiders 35, Cambridge, South Dorchester Vikings 28.
Yeah, the Woodbridge, they lost that tough front four on defense, but like you said, they have tons of weapons right on offense. I think that's what's going to get them this win. And
the team they beat last year in the state championship, Wilmington Friends, they're coming off that nail-biter loss to Woodbridge in the Division II state title game last year. The Quakers have to fill some big holes in the backfield. Lake Forest struggled in 2016 after winning a pair of Henlopen South titles. I like the Quakers on the road. Wilmington Friends 28, Lake Forest 7, on the new turf field at Lake Forest.
New turf field, huh? Well, yeah, the Quakers are a throwback team. They grind the game out, and I think they're going to grind this game out and get a solid win to start the season.
Well, the Brandywine Bulldogs are headed south to Laurel to take on the Laurel Bulldogs, and I'm going out on a limb here, Trey. I'm taking the Bulldogs to win this one. The Laurel Bulldogs, 35-14.
Yeah, we watched Laurel play Woodbridge tough last year. Nail-biter, I believe. Well, last second, I think.
10-7.
Yeah, nail-biter, low-scoring game. And if they play anything like that, maybe a little more offense, they're definitely going to get this win.
Out to some Henlopen North games. We're going to start off as the Caesar Rodney Riders. They're headed up to Appoquinimink to take on the Jaguars. This might be the most interesting matchup of the weekend. The Riders are much improved. They're going to be much improved this season, and they're taking on a team in Appa that is looking to get on the map in football. They've won a baseball state title, and now they're looking. They've been hanging around the Blue Hen Flight A for a while. I like the Riders in this game, but they have to prove themselves to me to get my pick. I'm taking Appa in a close one. Appoquinimink 21, Caesar Rodney 20.
Well, I always like the Riders. I have a tough time picking against the Riders, so I think they're going to have a great rebuilding year. I think this is the first step. I think they're going to prove you wrong.
6 miles down the road, the Polytech Panthers are headed to AI DuPont. Both teams, they're looking to rebound from tough seasons in 2016. I think AI moving down to Division II is giving them a renewed spirit and energy, which is going to give them the edge at home. AI DuPont 28, Polytech 14.
I agree. I think AI moving down to Division Two is going to definitely boost your confidence and help them, be successful. And I think Polytech's also going to have some success, but I think traveling up north for the first game is going to be a tough start to the season.
And the last time the Archmere Hawks played a Henlopen North opponent was in 2009 when they went to the beach and upset a Cape Henlopen team. The Hawks have plenty of talent in the skill positions, but the Dover Senators, they're big and they have plenty of depth. I look for the Senators to wear the Hawks down in the second half and win their home opener. Dover 28, Archmere 14.
Yeah, we watched Dover last year a few times, and we know they can score. They have offense. They're big. They're athletic. They could easily been a 6-4 team last year. They're 3-7, but I don't let the record fool you. I definitely think they're going to get a good season opening win here.
The biggest game on tap for opening weekend, the Harvest Bowl is renewed. The rematch of last year's Division I state championship game won by the Smyrna Eagles. Middletown returns a lot of talent, but the up-tempo style of Smyrna that they play, I think allows them to pull out a close one here. In a high-score game, Smyrna 32, Middletown 30.
Well, you're bolder than me in making a pick here. I think the key of this game is Smyrna's lost their Gatorade Player of the Year quarterback to the University of Delaware Blue Hens. So, there's a question where they're going to have to answer that. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think while we're in the box tonight, we're going to be keeping track of that.
Smyrna does pick up the transfer from Glasgow, Wilson, who was a top Division II quarterback last year. Got a Saturday game this week. The Cape Henlopen Vikings, they're going to board the ferry early in the morning for their fairly new rivalry with Lower Cape May. The Caper Tigers, they've not put up much of a fight in recent years, and I don't see Saturday being much different. Cape Henlopen 42, Lower Cape May 6.
Yep, I think this is a great start to Cape season. Cape Henlopen, that is. They have about 3 out-of-state games this year, and I think this one right here it's a good start to their season. They're going to get a win. They're going to dominate.
3 out-of-state games right off the bat. First 3 games of the season. We're not going to know who Cape is until week 4, and neither is anybody else. So Seaford Blue Jays, they are idle this week. They do not have an opening round game. So our last Henlopen Conference team to have a game this week is our game of the week for Friday night. And it's the Hodgson Silver Eagles. They're making the move to Division I. And they travel to the Castle in a tough season opener. Hodgson, after winning a pair of Division II state titles, they suffered a 5-5 season last year. The Golden Knights are reloaded. The junior Isaac Barnes will take over at the quarterback position. He's a dual threat. The Sussex Central defense will be key tonight as they look to chase Smyrna for the Henlopen North title. And remember that game last year. A long Nolan Henderson pass in the fourth quarter to pull it out. Sussex had them on the ropes. But the Sussex Central Golden Knights 21. The Hodgson Silver Eagles 7.
Yeah, I think a key to this game is Hodgson jumping up to Division I. I mean, a lot of questions there. Can they hang with the D1 teams? And we know Central, they're always talented. They grind it out. They find a way, and I think they're going to find a way tonight. Those
are our picks for opening week number 1. Kickoff 7 o'clock tonight. 6:30 press box show. And again, thanks to the Purple Parrot Grill in Rehoboth Beach, 134 Rehoboth Avenue, as they sponsor the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks. And like I said, when you're in Rehoboth, going down Rehoboth Avenue, you get to First Street. Right before First Street, look to your right. That's the Purple Parrot. And if it's full, head on over to Baltimore Avenue, 52 Baltimore Avenue, to the Iguana Grill, the sister restaurant to the Purple Parrot. Again, thanks for joining us on 302 Sports. See you at kickoff for Trey Mitchell and Benny Mitchell. The 2017 season is underway.
Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Cello Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Cello Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Cello Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Cello Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And that's your Sussex Central Golden Knights marching band with tonight's national anthem. And folks, right back to the turf report. Bermuda Field cut kind of thick, Sean. Wing tee thick, I guess you would say.
Yeah, they have a tendency sometimes to let the grass grow real thick here. Kind of controls some speed.
Yeah, when I came up, I saw that it's also freshly cut. So it's probably going to be a slow service tonight. You know, as they say, sometimes you pass on the grass and you run on the rug. And so we'll see what these two teams do here tonight. But again, that's our Green Blade Irrigation Turf and Care Turf Report here for 302 Sports, folks. We're right back in a minute with the 302 Sodell Press Box Show. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days.
Welcome back to Sussex Central High School. The Hodgson Silver Eagles have taken the field. Again, I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Sean Brennan. 302 Sports South as we bring you Henlopen Conference football. Sean, I'm more excited next week. Not more excited. I'm excited. We're going to be in Smyrna, and they're bringing in the Franklin Indians out of Reisterstown, Maryland. Apparently two-time state champs in 13 and 14 or 14 and 15. I'm not sure which. And talking to Coach Judy, he says they're pretty darn good.
Oh, they got a tough game tonight, and hopefully they don't get beat up too bad.
Reperta, the defending state champ, or not the defending state champs, the rematch.
Right, of the state championship game. And, that game is such a rivalry game, too,
Sean,
the Harvest Bowl.
Stay in your seat. Stay in your seat. One of our new features for this year.
Oh, I'm excited.
The scoreboard, brother.
I'm excited.
We've got a scoreboard, man.
Look at that.
I don't have to look out I probably will have to look out the window. But just to make sure my time is correct with their time.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
I don't mess around. Want to thank Sodell Concepts. They are our online sponsor for all our downstate events this year. Football, I'll do some wrestling. Might even sneak into a couple basketball games.
There you go.
I'll just do the camera. I'm not much of a basketball guy. I watch it. That's about it.
Field hockey would be nice.
Yes, it would.
Field hockey would be nice.
And I have actually looked into field hockey, Sean, and the issue I have with field hockey is finding somebody knowledgeable who's not watching their daughter's game to commentate. Because if
Are
I
you
do
saying
it,
I would be biased?
2000. No, I'm not saying biased. You got to know something about it.
I know a little bit.
I mean, any way I can get you to do it is go to a Milford game.
Absolutely,
But you're busy there doing the clock and.
Yeah. Well, we could do it on the road.
There you go.
We could do it on
there
the
you
road.
go. But that is in my plans
I think
for fall of 2018.
Absolutely, I think it's great.
Same thing with soccer. I don't know the first thing about soccer.
Yeah, I
I attempted some lacrosse this year. That was funny.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're back. Benny Mitchell, Sean Brennan,
I
second
did the
season with
play-by-play,
302 Sports.
Benny, for the state championship.
Yes, you do.
game
That's why
for-
I'm telling you, in
for
2018, we will have a full
field hockey schedule.
schedule because I am toying with the thought of retirement in the spring. So
Oh, man.
I will have so much time on my hands.
jealous.
If I don't find something to do, you know what my wife does?
Put up with you.
She gives me a list.
Yeah, I bet. She got to put up with you.
Yes, she does. And she'll be firing off some scores. Folks, if you have my cell phone number and you're at a game tonight, like maybe Woodbridge and Cambridge, hit me up with a score down there. We have the scoreboard this year. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Barclays Heating and Air out of Smyrna, Delaware. Ginger Barkley and John Barkley. Barclays Heating and Air. They are our sponsor for our out-of-town scoreboard. Family owned out of Smyrna, Delaware. And Sean, I did have them do some work for me. Very good company. They come when they say they're going to come, and they reasonable prices, and they get the job done.
Excellent, excellent.
So
Looks
waiting
like
for the
there's
coin
a-
toss here, and the toss is over. And it's going to be Sussex Central appears to have won the toss, and they are deferring to the second half. And I would assume Hodgson's probably going to take the ball here. Yes, they are. So, folks, looking on your screen, Hodgson, dark pants, white jerseys, black helmets with the chrome feathers. Sussex Central, all royal blue. Those are new uniforms, new Sussex Central uniforms. And the Knights here at the Castle, they're tough to beat here, Sean.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Benny. This is a place that when you're a visiting team can get very dark on you very quick.
Absolutely. And I have to confess, I am an alumni here at Sussex Central. Of course, it was the old school.
The one in town.
The one in town, yes, which
Yes.
is now Georgetown Middle School.
Yep. Just waiting to come out of. There they come.
Yeah, and Sean, I know people are watching all across the country, and you might think you're in Iowa with that cornfield setting behind here today with the sun setting down. One of those beautiful sights here of high school football. Took a picture a few years ago of the when that sun gets right behind those trees.
That was a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
I remember that picture. That was great. Now this is the purity of the game right here, Benny.
Yes.
You know, towns coming together. That's what I love about the Henlopen Conference. You know, towns just come together on Friday night. It's just a special place.
And 302 has evolved. We have 2 cameras now this year, Sean. Got a scoreboard. We got sponsors. We're ready to rock and roll.
We are. We've got it going on.
And this broadcast brought to you by Cello Concepts. 10 restaurants here in the coastal Delaware, as Scott Kammerer calls it, the culinary coast. And I want to give a shout out to Scott Kammerer. Hopefully he's watching the game because I know he's not doing anything else. Achilles tendon surgery 2 days ago.
Oh.
So, hooking up here with the game announcer, Tommy Morrow. He's going to trying to find out who we are sitting next to him so he can give us a little shout out on the mic. Here we go, folks. Teeing it up, number 13, Rubelman Perez, the kicker. He's a senior. Left footer, Sean.
The old squib kick.
Oh, he got returned to the right side. It's number 8,
And a
Daniel
late flag.
Douglas, and a late flag.
Late flag. Well, Hodgson getting off with a really good start. I think Daniel Douglas did a really nice job of not panicking and scooping that ball up and getting to his wall. Hodgson really did a good job of blocking that, and it looks like
That's
it could
penalty against
be-
Sussex Central.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a face mask.
Yeah, I saw the head go down, so I'm not sure if it was a face mask or not. And they're bringing it to this side of the field.
But for a team that's
It's going to be an offsides re-kick.
for a team that's just moving up to D1 for their very first time, you take a look at these players, ladies and gentlemen. They're D1 kids.
They would have been a big D2 team. No, it was a penalty on the Golden Knights. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. So it looks like they're running a little bit of pistol-type formation, a little shotgun with a back in the back. But hands off to number 4. That's Shaquiris Wiggins. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6 on the play.
And there's that O-line establishing their line of scrimmage 4 yards back.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Sean, when Sussex Central gets on the ball, we'll get to see a quarterback under center. We don't get to see a lot of that anymore. A lot of shotgun formations.
Yep, a lot of shotgun, a lot of wing T, spread.
And it's right up the gut. It looks like there'll be a first down and a flag.
A late flag.
That was, again, number 4, Wiggins.
And that time Hodgson really mixed it up because they got under center that
Right.
time. 2 in the backfield, a little pro set, really establishing the ISO game.
And that's going to be a
Another
face mask on Sussex Central, another
Yep.
penalty. So right off the bat, Sussex Central shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and they can't do that. They can't allow this Hodgson offense to feel good about themselves.
That's 2 15-yarders here in this game so far, Sean. Minute 9 here, early going in the first quarter. Now he goes under center, I formation.
ISO again.
That's again another handoff to Wiggins.
I mean, you're getting 4 and 5 yards a clip on your ISO play. Just keep running it.
Absolutely.
You know, just keep running it.
Wiggins, the workhorse so far this game. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
The Hodgson offensive line really quick off the ball, and their pad levels look really good too.
I'm looking at this the size of this team, Sean, and trying to imagine them playing D2 next year or this year. I mean,
oh, they would. Oh,
wow.
It was
2nd 4, I formation. That's 34. DeMar Wallace in the backfield, the returning fullback, and we got movement, and both sides point at one another. Sean,
I think this will be against the offense here.
yeah. And it's going to be procedure against the Hodgson.
Because you know, Benny, when it's always you that jumps off.
You point first.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
That wasn't me, coach, it was him.
That's right. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for Hodgson. Up the middle, nowhere to go. That's number 6, Billups. He's one of our.
Central did a good job of staying home.
Absolutely.
Took the cutback away by staying home, but that's typical of a Wells team. They're going to be disciplined on the backside. They're going to be disciplined as a unit.
3rd and 9. Not much of a crowd coming down from Hodgson tonight. Drop back, rolls out, has a receiver open, flag on the play. Big hit! Number 28.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a holding
Demont
penalty.
Hall.
Yeah, we're going to get a holding penalty on Hodgson on that play.
So that would bring up a 4th and 1. So I think you got to take the yardage here, Sean.
Now I'd say, yeah, you got to move them back. It should be holding because it looked like the back and pass pro got beat and just kind of grabbed him.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold. So a lot of penalties early on, Sean. I guess that's what you call week 1.
Yep.
That's going to mark it back. That's going to bring up a 3rd and an acre. That could be about
cornfield since we're
we've
surrounded.
got plenty of cornfield here.
Well, if you're Central, you want to watch screen and draw.
Right.
Screen and draw.
Approaching 9 minutes here in the first quarter. Only 3 minutes gone by. And we're all spread out, 4 wide, 1 in the backfield. Number 10, Henry drops back. There's your screen. And he's going to be close to the first, or back to the original marker.
No, he's about the 20-yard line, right?
Yeah, he's got the 20, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 13.
Well, this is where you don't get beat deep and you just keep everything in front of you. Know where the sticks are on defense.
Right.
Let them check it down, throw underneath, and then you can react up to it.
And we have a whistle. Timeout, Hodgson, or timeout Sussex Central. And, folks, we're going to take a quick timeout with them. Our score is 0-0 here, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon.
And welcome back to Georgetown, Delaware, folks. Sussex Central High School opening weekend.
Yeah, Central didn't know how to line up right to that formation, and then when they ran with motion, they were caught off guard. There was going to be a wide open receiver somewhere. That's a really smart timeout. I know you hate to take one this early in the first quarter, but better to take it now than give up 6 points.
So Hodgson comes back to the ball. They're going for it on 4th and 13.
There's your bandit formation with the flood across.
The right-handed quarterback rolls out left, throws it, picked off. That's number 28, Bobby Arnold.
Yeah, that's just he's trying to make a play, but you just don't want to do that. You know, it's already a tough throw. You can't get your shoulder square because you're rolling out to your left. And,
as the Golden Knights go on offense, we're going to talk about our Dream Scouting Report. Players to watch. And I'm going with my players to watch. Number 1 is the quarterback, Isaac Barnes, the junior, new quarterback this year. And running back, Drew Morris, the senior running back. He's a two-way player. Both of those guys are two-way players. Your Dream Scouting Report. Players to watch for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. And here we go. Nice first opportunity with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Under center is Isaac Barnes, number 11. And that's a handoff to number 10, Drew Morris. And the two guys I talked about are the two guys that get it started, Sean.
Get it going. You know, when you watch this game today, you're actually watching a classic offense that very few teams today run.
Right.
You know, everything today is spread them out, basketball on grass almost.
1st and 10 for Drew Morris and the Sussex Central Golden Knights. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
And that was just a great job of sealing and rolling it.
And Morris goes to the fullback up the middle. That's number 8, Jaron Curtis. And he's close to a 1st down.
When you can run power and you can run just there, fullback trap, man, that's what we talked about when we were doing our X's and O's today,
right,
about getting off and being on schedule. And notice the difference between the Central O-line and that Hodgson O-line that we saw.
Well, you know, Sean, you watch the Sussex Central team, and, I mean, you change the faces, you change the numbers, but the players always look the same build.
They do. Yep.
You know, they've never had a really huge line.
Right.
But they
They're
win.
always quick.
Right,
Always
exactly.
quick.
And that's going to be Curtis again, sidestepping through the hole. He's got nowhere to go. Tackle made by, let's get a number here, number 46. And that is Brandon Schmiko, the junior.
And then Xavier Chandler helped clean that up too. So the difference between that play and the first two plays, everything was down, kick out. Here they tried to man up.
Right.
And so here Hodgson's D-line really controlled that line of scrimmage, created penetration.
2nd and 9 for the Golden Knights. Barnes comes under center. Comes that handoff again to Drew Morris, cuts it back inside. Looked like he wanted to go off tackle. He had to cut it back in there, Sean.
Well, Hodgson did a really good job of squeezing. That's the old power play where the backside guard pulls and kicks out, and then the front side blocks down. And the guy who was supposed to get trapped or kicked out did a really good job of squeezing. But because everybody stayed on their responsibility and kept their feet moving, there was a cutback lane there for him to get to, and now you're sitting at 3rd and short again where you want to be.
And you talked about that in your keys.
Yeah. Yep.
The wing right. Barnes takes the snap, hands off to Curtis. He's got the first down. I think he may have run into his own guy there, Sean.
And that was the wing T version of the ISO that you saw out of the I formation that Hodgson was running and had success with. There was the wing T version where the halfback now leads through and the fullback's now getting the ball. Great job by that Central O-line getting up front. It looks to me like I'm starting to see hands on the hips.
Right.
On that Hodgson defense already.
Well, and what I'm waiting for next, Sean, is the see who hydrated this week.
Yeah,
remember last year's 3rd quarter, we
Yep.
started the Woodbridge Dover game, we started seeing the cramps.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Under center is Barnes. And it's going to be a handoff again to Morris. Morris backed up in the backfield, but he cuts back.
Well, that's a great job by Daniel Douglas coming off the edge and staying square and reacting to any kind of cutback that was there. He did a really good job of not just pinning his ears back and coming off the edge and running by it. So he got his 2 yards deep. He did a great job of breaking down. That's just an excellent job by Daniel Douglas.
It's going to bring up a second, and we'll call it 7, 6, somewhere in that area there, Sean. But it's in Hodgson territory, inside the 35. Motion, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
That's going to be a motion penalty on the fullback. He got the shoulders lean in a little bit. And again, week 1.
There you go. Well, we have a chance. Let's talk about Hodgson's Dream Scouting Network players to watch. And I think number 1 is number 10, the quarterback Kurt Henry, freshman quarterback under center for the Silver Eagles. And I think the other guy to watch is Nasir Billups, number 6. He's a senior. He has to come up with some senior leadership tonight for the Hodgson Silver Eagles as they play their first game in Division I.
Well, having a freshman quarterback with that offensive line, you
That's
feel
not
pretty
too bad.
good.
Yeah.
He just has to manage the game. And other than, that
the rollout. He had
throw,
pressure on the rollout, yeah.
It's 4th down. He's trying to make a play. I understand.
2nd and 12 on the penalty. It's going to be wing left with a slide with a split receiver. And Barnes is rolling out. Looks back. Oh! He's going to lose a yard, though.
Well, they wanted to run a screen there.
Yes, they did, yeah.
Wanted to run screen.
Yeah, he had his back turned. He felt that pressure.
Yeah, he did.
It's kind of hard to get a quarterback, especially his first game, to really feel that pressure in his first ever start on the varsity level.
Yep.
But Barnes, he knew it was there. He just cut, ducked, and
well, he did a good job.
what he could.
He is a good athlete and everything. So
he's a multi-sport athlete. I know he's a baseball player. I think he might play some basketball. One wrestles the twins. One wrestles. One plays basketball, and they both play baseball. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Sussex Central 3rd and looks to be about 14. Double wing here. Motion going to the far side of the field. That's a handoff to number 20, Zion Reed, and he's going to pick up about 8 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 or 6 on.
And that's your classic wing T buck sweep right there. Both guards pull. You get your high motion out of the wing. Trying to get to the edge. But that penalty really seems to be the drive stopper.
Both sides.
Both
teams
sides.
were moving.
Absolutely. This is going to be an interesting ball game.
4th and 6. Golden Knights are going for it at about the 33-yard line. It's a toss right. That's number 5.
I think he has the first down, Benny. That's just
8.
a great job on the old
Jerron
toss.
Curtis, that is a first down.
Great job. And then, Central's linemen are quick enough to get out there, and it's an excellent job on the toss sweep there. Getting the first down. That's a big first down. Remember, we talked about this defense having to get off the field.
Right, 3rd down. I'm sure John Wells, he'd love to go down, get a score for this first-year quarterback.
Feel good about yourself.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line of Hodgson. That's a handoff to Morris, and it looks like he's going to get about 2 yards maybe before he's pushed back. I'm sorry, that was not Morris. That was number 15, Brian Evans.
Now, he won't get credit for a tackle, but Von Wood, number 5 for Hodgson, really did a great job. They were trying to kick him out, and he attacked that halfback 3 yards deep in the backfield and just stoned him, forcing the running back to cut it up inside where the Silver Eagles were able to just gobble that up. Excellent job by Von Wood.
Two minutes to play here in the first quarter. That's going to be a
Counter
little counter crisscross. And that's the man with the interception, number 28, Damon Hall. And that's going to be a first down. Sean, only one score to report so far for your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Up in Dover, the Archmere Hawks, 28. The Dover Senators, 8. That's at halftime. That was a 6 o'clock start. Yes, it was. I had Dover winning that game.
Yeah, that's really big. On the counter crisscross, it's just a great job of a call there. They noticed on the tall sweep they were flying out and not having discipline. Counter crisscross really forces your backside to stay home.
Looks like we have a timeout, Sean. We're going to take one with them. We'll be right back with your Sussex Central Hodgson Henlopen Conference Game of the Week on 302 Sports. And we're back. One other score to report, folks. And Sean, this is a team we spent a lot of time with last year, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They lead Cambridge South Dorchester 7-0 first quarter.
Yeah, they lost a lot of front on that Woodbridge Blue Raiders team, but their skill kids are just unbelievable.
Yeah, everybody touched the ball, seemed like last year.
Yep. There's the ISO.
Cuts back. Touchdown. That Drew Morris, one of our Dream Scouting Network's players to watch.
Yeah, just a great job of running ISO. Instead of running it in the A gap, this time they ran it out in C gap. Isolated that outside there. Once he made it through the hole, he stuck it, Benny, with the outside foot, not the inside foot.
Right.
Cut it all the way back with that fast flow defense.
Sussex Central scores first. They strike first, 7-0 on the kick. What's that number, Sean? 44?
It looks to
44,
be 44, yes, sir.
That's going to be Cade
Cade
Bullock.
Senior. Central with 3 kickers on the roster.
So the Knights strike first. There's a snap. The hole, it's up. No good. Looks like it kind of hooked left there, Sean.
Yep.
So with a minute,
Little left.
38 to go here in the first quarter. Your score is Sussex Central 6, Hodgson 0. And folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer.
Welcome back to Georgetown, ladies and gentlemen. Benny Mitchell here with Sean Brennan. Trey Mitchell on the camera. And that man got that pencil working already because we've got plenty of offense here. Dave Marvel, our stat man.
He's out there. He's getting her done. So, Benny, what a great drive there, huh?
Yeah, I like it. And I think it's great for the junior quarterback in his first time under center.
Well, we've already seen it 6-0, and we've already seen our Gators X's and O's come to fruition. Create turnovers Central had to do. Well, they did that on the 4th down. control the line of scrimmage. They did that on the offensive end. I felt like they really controlled that line of scrimmage. They stayed on schedule for the most part. And there you go. 3 keys to victory right there.
So here we go, Sussex Central to kick off. I'm getting sent pictures of the crowd at the Smyrna Middletown game, Sean. We'll show them at the start of the second quarter.
What a great tackle.
Joe Arcangelo sent me a text. He says Smyrna is packed for the state championship rematch. They're lined up around the fences.
Looks like 3 deep.
So here comes Hodgson. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They trail 6-0 here in the first quarter. And Sean, that sun finally went down behind those trees. Makes it a heck of a lot easier to watch the game from this press box. Oh, got him in the backfield. And then it'll get some help.
A lot of penetration by that Central D line on that speed sweep there.
Appears to be number 66.
They did a really good job.
Lasher,
Benny.
sophomore.
Those guards were pulling, and the Central defensive lineman did a really good job of getting on the hip and following that
It
pull.
was a sophomore, Hiram Lasher, got in there. He held him up long enough to get some help.
Yeah, it was a great job.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. And it's going to be a fake handoff. Sack, number 64, Gabriel Brown. 54, check that, William Eskridge, number 54. And we have a penalty on the play.
Benny, I'm going to say that was 64.
I thought it was 2.
It was
64, yeah.
I think the announcer
Gabriel
got
Brown.
you to change. It's week 1.
Yeah,
It's
I got to
week
stop
1.
listening to
It
guys
was
there.
64. He just did a great job of blowing the gap. And sometimes when you have a big offensive line, those guys have a tendency not to move their feet. When you're quick, as Gabe showed there, you can beat a lot of big guys. You don't have to be real big.
So Central's going to decline the penalty with the big loss on the play. Here it goes. 3rd and 22 for the Silver Eagles. Drop back off the shotgun snap. Long pass down the left sideline. Slips is number 10, Morris, but it falls incomplete. Morris initially slipped, threw his hands up like I got pushed, just in case that kid caught that ball.
What he did was a very smart thing, and that was not grab the Hodgson receiver.
Right.
He reached out like he wanted to when he got beat, and he didn't do it.
So maybe the hands up were, no, I didn't touch him.
Yes.
I didn't touch him.
Yes, because he did reach for it, but he didn't do it. He thought better.
So we have a 4th and 22. And another penalty, Sean. It's
This could be on Central.
comedy of errors right now.
This could be on Central. Look like offsides. Which it is. Again, week 1, right?
Yeah,
Week
week
one.
1 jitters. We're making them too. So here we go now. It's 4th and 17. Trying to get a number of the punter here.
Bad snap.
Drops the punt. Gets it off.
Oh, no.
Was number 6, Nazir Billups.
He got away with one.
And he's going to get it out past the 40. And take it down to about the outside the 40, about the 41. That's going to give Sussex Central great field position.
Gabe Brown ran into the punter there and got away with one.
All right. 21 seconds left to go here in the quarter. And Sean, if this is correct, this is an upset in the making. got an upstate score. Another Votech. Howard up on St. George's 14-0.
And St.
at
George's
Boehner.
moving up to
Division
Division
One.
One this year. Coach Mall cannot be happy about
Nah, not
that
at all.
score right now.
21 seconds to go here. First quarter. And the Knights take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Barnes under center. And he's going to roll, drop back. Has a man down, open over the middle, and looks like he's going to overthrow number 2. His brother, twin brother, Isaiah Barnes.
There's great coverage there by Daniel Douglas again. He was not fooled with that play action at all. That's your typical waggle play.
So 2nd and 10 for the Golden Knights at the Hodgson 42.
And where that play really gives secondaries a fit sometimes is when they get looking in the backfield. That time Douglas
Right.
did a great job of understanding his responsibilities.
He
and
caught up
continuing
with
to
Barnes,
run.
too.
Yeah.
Barnes had a step on him.
Yeah,
It looked like Douglas was going to go catch the pass on the run. 2nd and 10.
Douglas is a big corner.
Wing right with a wide receiver to the right. Barnes under center. And we're going to get a procedure penalty. And we have a broken play. And Barnes is just going to run around, fall down. We're going to have a penalty here with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the 302 Sports Henlopen Conference Game of the Week at Sussex Central High School with the Hodgson Silver Eagles. Brought to you by Cello Concepts. They're our official live stream sponsor for the 2017 season. And they'll be bringing us a ton of sports. I can tell you downstage, they're going to be bringing a ton of wrestling, a ton of football, as we have a 10-week schedule and about 13, 14 games on that schedule. We're going to pick up some Saturday games.
Now, that was the second penalty on fullback J. Ron Curtis, and Coach Wells didn't like that too much. He had to take him out. Had to take him out on that one. And this is not where a wing T team wants to be at 2nd and 3rd and longs.
You know, another thing about Sussex Central and John Wells is he still has that quarterback come to the sideline and run that play in every time.
Old school.
Yes, he is.
I like it.
And we have a whistle on the play.
And I think it's the end of the quarter.
Yes, end of the quarter. The end of the first quarter, folks. Your score at the end of one. The Sussex Central Golden Knights 6. The Hodgson Silver Eagles 0. We'll be right back.
From Cello Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Welcome back, folks. Sussex Central High School second quarter action. Sussex Central takes over. They're at second down. Go throws out in the flat to number 2 is twin brother Isaiah Barnes.
Isaiah fell down in his route that time coming out.
So that's going to bring up a third and about 15 for the Golden Knights.
And he did a good job of settling down, but he just kind of slipped on the turf there.
3rd and 15. Second quarter action.
Well, this is typically where you see a waggle or, personally, counter crisscross.
Right. I wish they ran effectively once already
Yes.
in this game. So 3rd and 15. And the Knights are going to a little shotgun formation.
Not a counter crisscross kind of formation. Here comes the blitz.
Barnes under pressure, and he's going to get
just too
wrapped
much.
up at the line. Number 66,
We have a late.
Xavier
It
Chandler.
could be on Central.
Got a lot of flags. I stopped keeping track, Sean.
Yeah. It's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Central.
That's going to be back 15.
They had great field position and squandered it away with just silly penalties.
So mark off to 15. Definitely a punt situation here on a 4th and forever.
Yeah. This is your acre you talked
Yeah.
about before.
Coming up, halftime stats from Dave Marvel. And Barnes is the punter. Good snap. Oh,
I think it's blocked.
was it blocked? And it's picked up by number 20. And Barnes makes the tackle out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
Jalik Hayward came off the edge
Number 9,
unblocked.
Yes, he did.
Unblocked.
I couldn't tell if he put his toe in it or got blocked, but I think it got blocked.
Yeah, I think he got a piece of it. He did a really good job of running to the toe, too, because so many times you see kids just run to the leg. He did a
Right.
good job of running to the toe. But, no, they better figure out what happened there because Haywood was unblocked.
The snap wasn't bad. It was about knee high. It was a little
Right.
low.
Right.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Or we got markers coming. So we're
It
going to
should
be
be
1st
on
and
the
goal right
10.
about the 10.
Yeah.
Motion coming to the near side. Handoff to number 4, Billups. He's down around the 5-yard line. Or excuse me, Wiggins.
They're kind of getting back to what they did in that first series where they just getting behind the big offensive line, running your ISO on the central linebackers and just moving a pile.
And we're going to mark it down at the 6-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 6. So number 10, the freshman, Kurt Henry, looking to get his first score of the season here for his offense. He's up under center in an I formation. Motion away. That's a handoff to Wiggins. Cuts it up, and he powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Hodgson, Silver Eagles.
That's the old slant bounce.
Yeah.
You fake like you're going to run it into C-gap, and the lead blocker looks like he's going to kick that defensive end out, and at the last second he kind of hooks him, and then you bounce it to the outside. Excellent play call. Excellent job capitalizing on a block punt.
Absolutely. Now let's start to look at the we'll come back out looking at the body language of the Sussex Central Golden Knights. We talked about Hodgson already, hands on the hips. And on the kick is
Low
number
snap.
60. And he's good for the extra point. Hodgson Silver Eagles go up 7-6 here in the second quarter. We'll be right back, folks, with a commercial timeout. Back. Hodgson up to kick off. Number 60, Jose Avila Lopez. And he kicks it down to about the 10-yard line. And just looking for a hole, number 28, Demond Hall. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 25 for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. Sean, we have another new sponsor this year. All last year we had a player of the game, so start thinking of player game tonight, because tonight it'll be the Louie's Pizza player of the game. Louie's Pizza, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
Where I go to get my pizza when I go to Rehoboth. I love Louie's.
Or Grinders.
Yeah.
Get
And
that grinder.
cheese fries.
That too.
Great cheese fries.
Yeah, come on, you make me hungry, man.
Oh, I love my Louie's.
Glad to have them on board as one of our sponsors for the 2017 season. Louie's Pizza, home of the grinder. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. They trail 7-6 here in the second quarter.
Speed sweep.
Speed sweep, that's number 20. Oh, gets the first down. That's Zion Reed. He's had 2 big runs in this game.
Yeah, and just a great play call there. But if number 3, Michael Sanchez, doesn't trip him up,
He's off.
He might have been off to the races. I really enjoyed watching him stick it and getting his shoulder square once he got to the edge. So many times you watch those kids run speed sweep and they just take it on an angle and they don't gain enough ground.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. They will bring it out to about the 37-yard line. Barnes under center, wing to the right. And it's going to be up the middle with Curtis. Nowhere to go. Bring up a 2nd and 10. And it's going to be hard to run into the middle of that Hodgson line.
Yeah, but it's still a play that you have to run so that you can come back to running buck sweep and things later on as the game's going on. The thing that's starting to bother me a little bit is getting a little bit chippy out there on both teams. Everybody's making a great play, and then they're celebrating.
Talking about it.
And then the other team doesn't like the celebrating part. You just need to get back in the huddle and do your job and get ready to line up again.
Second and 10 for the Golden Knights.
There's a blitz.
Toss to Curtis. And he's going to pick up a couple, and that's going to be about it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
That defense was flying to the football.
That looked like number 8 on the tackle, Daniel Douglas. I'm sorry, that was number 9, Jalik Hayward. We don't have sizes on these guys. That kid's huge.
They are huge.
3rd and 7 for the Golden Knights.
Douglas is a big boy. Wood's a big boy. And just playing out here in space.
Third and 7 for the Knights. And there's a ball on the ground. That's covered by Hodgson. That's another Sussex Central turnover, or a Sussex Central turnover.
Yeah, and they were trying to
recovery.
run counter crisscross there, but he didn't get the handoff.
That's going to go Hodgson the ball. 8:45 to play here.
And another short field. And this is kind of going back to the Gators X's and O's again there. Win the turnover battle. Take the crowd out of the game. It's awful quiet.
7-6 Hodgson.
It's awful quiet.
Yeah, it's getting quiet here in the castle. And they're going to have a short field again inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Wiggins doesn't.
Missing a fullback.
Yeah. It's
Checks
like, hey,
in
man, I
number
want to
3,
run the
Michael
ball, but I
Sanchez.
need somebody to block for me.
Sanchez, who I thought was going to be the quarterback this year, he comes in at fullback. And that's number 4, Wiggins. And there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. I have lost track.
I was keeping penalties and yardage. I gave up.
Well, when you're the mixing guy and the
Load of
out-of-town
everything.
guy.
Jack
and
of all trades. Sometimes master of none.
You know. I at least get to look at the game and be the mixing guy.
Oh, you're the sound guy.
I know,
You
right?
are the sound guy.
I'm all about the sound.
Neat little operation we got going here. 3-4 people, and we can run a football game.
I'm telling you.
Who needs that other 4 letters?
Yeah,
You know?
ESPN who?
302 Sports, bringing you the Henley Open Conference Friday night game of the week. Next week, folks, we're going to be in Smyrna as Franklin High School out of Reisterstown, Maryland comes down. They're supposed to be a pretty darn good team.
I'm really excited to see Will Knight play.
Yeah. I'm really excited to hear a score, and we haven't heard anything yet.
No, it's awful quiet. I guess they haven't harvested the Harvest Bowl yet.
Right. And fakes the handoff, rolls out, has a man open. That's That's number 48, John Monk. Hit right away by Isaiah Barnes. Isaiah Barnes is all-North cornerback last year. He's moved to safety this year.
Well, and then you had a cornerback and a linebacker jump the out route, and Monk just went right behind him from his tight end position, just running a flag. So it was a two-man route. You had an out route and the flag route.
Second down.
And he's a big boy. He had great position. And, again, that's that basketball on grass that we talk about. Good pitch and catch, though.
And Henry comes up under center, 2nd and 8 at the 30. As they hand off to Wiggins. Oh, hit at the line. Gains maybe 2. That was number 28, Demond Hall. He's having a heck of a game here. That interception, made a few tackles. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Interesting strategy here. Hodgson's gone to a double tight formation. 2 tight ends and then just playing with a flanker. The reason why is so that they can balance out that 4-4 defense.
Right. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd and 5. Hodgson threatening to score again. Block punt, got their first touchdown, then a fumble here.
And here you go again, 2 tights and a flanker.
And number 6 looked like he had some yardage and then hit by a whole host of Sussex Central defenders.
Took too long to develop, just took too long to develop. And again, Central does a good job of staying home on the backside. He tried to cut that all the way back.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and call it a long 3, Sean.
Well, Central got a pick on the last 4th down. Hodgson 0 for 1 on 4th down today.
7-6 the Silver Eagles lead. I would think John Wells would like to get a turnover on downs here and try to get a score in before the half.
Which he does have a tradition of doing.
Right.
Get that cheap one right before halftime.
Two backs in the backfield on the snap. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 8, Douglas.
Catch it
Daniel
before
Douglas.
You run.
That is Sussex Central ball. And Sean, we have some scores here from the Barkley out-of-town scoreboard, the Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. First quarter, Middletown 7, Smyrna 0. Second quarter action, Howard 14, St. George's 7. Third quarter, Archmere 28, Dover 14. Second quarter, Cesar and Apo still 0-0. That's your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. So here come the Sussex Central Golden Knights. 1st and 10, Sean. Inside their own 30, about the 26-yard line. 5:40 to play here in the half, and 28 Hall's going to be wrapped up.
Nowhere to go.
And loses a yard, it looks like.
I think half the defense penetrated on that one.
You're right. That's going to make up a 2nd and 11 for the Golden Knights.
Well, since the first drive, Hodgson's really done a good job of making some adjustments defensively. And right now, Central needs to come up with an answer for Jalik Hayward coming off the edge.
2nd and 11. I think they're going to have to find some success passing, too.
Great job.
That's going to be close to a first down.
And that's the power play where everybody blocks down and kicks out. That's where they've had their success this first half, is when their linemen can create angles on those big fellows.
It's going to be a first down at the 37.
It just seems to me, Benny, that whenever that Central O-line tries to match up one-on-one, that's when the penetration's starting to happen. But running the traditional wing T plays like buck sweep and the toss.
Now, Sean, I know you're a pass-happy guy. You throw here on first down?
Oh, I like to.
Right.
I'm one-on-one on the outside up there. I might just throw it up. But they run ISO.
ISO, and he's
See,
going to be wrapped up at the
that's
line.
That's where they're
number 8,
really
Daniels.
having trouble.
Or Douglas, excuse me, Daniel Douglas.
I mean, number 66, Laisher, he's one of those young tackles and just got beat to the inside. He cannot allow that to happen. They had positive yardage,
Right.
if Laisher doesn't get beat to the inside.
2nd and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 37-yard line. And we're going to go split left, wing left in their wing T formation with Barnes under center. And it looks like a broken play, Sean. But we're going to get a quarterback
That's
keeper.
a keep all the way.
And he's got some running room. He's got some blockers in front, cuts back.
Great
Down to
run.
about the inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Golden Knights, Sean. I'm pretty sure that was a broken play.
No, sir. That is a quarterback keep designed all the way. What's happening
Well, he
is
gave a second look back. That's why this
no,
was
it was a keep the whole way because they had a lead blocker out
Right,
here on the edge
true.
for him. So that was a keep all the way.
I'd like to know what he was looking back for. See if anybody's chasing
I
him
think
again.
that's what he was looking for. Who's on my heels?
Right. Because he faked the handoff and then looked back and then took
Yep.
off running.
Yep.
That's a 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And that's Hull again.
And there's that slant play again. Kick out the last man on the line of scrimmage, run it up in there in C-gap. And again, that's what you're seeing now is that consistency of the play calling where the offensive line is now starting to get their angles instead of being a one-on-one drive, kind of a block.
Pickup of about 7 on the play.
And those types of blocks are creating the opportunity for Central to get to the edge, and that's where they've had their success. C-gap and then on the outside.
That's
Guard
up the
trap.
middle.
Guard trap.
Close to the first down. Coming up, the Cello Concepts halftime show. Me and Sean hopefully run some commercials. We'll do some Sussex Central Golden Knight Band, and we'll get some stats from Dave Marvel, hopefully. And we'll have one more Barkley Heating and Air update scoreboard. We're going to have a timeout. We're going to go to a quick commercial, folks. Your scores, Hodgson 7, Sussex Central 6.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Cello Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Cello Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Cello Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware. Open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon.
And we're back. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Looking to score here before the half. Full house backfield. That's a handoff to Morris. Number 10 cuts back to the left, cuts back to the right, and he's going to take it down right around the 10-yard line. Nifty little run there by Morris.
A little ISO, fullback this time running it. That hole in B-gap really opened up nice.
Yes, it did. And I would normally say don't dance through the hole, but he does a good job of it.
He's very shifty runner.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line, so they can get a first down here.
But it looked
Approaching
like
2
he
minutes.
was gaining ground, though, as he was shifting through the hole, though, too.
And it's going to be fake to
That's
Morris.
that
That's the quarterback keeper
again.
again. That's Morris down. Touchdown! Isaac Barnes, the quarterback.
And that's that cheap touchdown right before the half that Coach Wells is known for.
Right.
Excellent drive that time. And notice what happens when you're not sitting in long downs.
Right.
Because of silly penalties.
Well, and that's beating that penetration now. We talked about earlier. We had a couple plays where Hodgson was well into the Sussex Central backfield, 2 steps in, almost the whole line.
Yeah, they did a good job, though, of their play calling and creating matchups with their offensive line. You know, like I talked that whole drive of just down, down, kick out.
Knight's going for 2 here. Full house backfield. And we're going to have a whistle on the play.
Well, nobody blocked Jalik Hayward again.
Right.
I think that was a mess up. That is one.
That's
big,
all sides on the defense, Sean.
That is one big young man.
That's going to half distance to the goal here on the extra point. It opens up the playbook a little bit here. You know, you maybe go quarterback sneak, off tackle. Now you're not so much, you don't have to throw it or
Right.
try to go off
Well,
around the
your whole
end.
playbook's wide open.
Right. You know, with a yard and a half, they got to protect everything right now. So here we go, full house backfield for the Golden Knights. And it's going to be a handoff to Morris.
Nobody blocked Hayward again. And he was the first
And it's
man
no
at
good.
contact. Yeah. He was the first man at contact. He didn't wrap up well, but he hit him pretty good.
So, folks, we're going to go to timeout with a minute 54 to go. Sussex Central 12, Hodgson 7. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Georgetown, folks. Sussex Central 12, Hodgson 7. Minute 54 to go here in the half.
Now, your Hodgson, you have one timeout, minute 54. So you really need to make sure you get a good return here to get some quality field position. Try and answer that score right before half.
We talked about it. We've been here a lot, Sean, where John Wells always finds a way to get that. We talked about that halftime, that touchdown right before the half.
Right before half, absolutely. And what a great job. He does it again.
Right.
That's
And
going
there's
out
a
of bounds.
kick. It's going to go out of bounds. There's the flag.
Looks to be like design. You know,
Yeah.
they're really kicking to zones.
Kicker that time was number 13, Rubelman Perez. So they're going to have a re-kick back at the 35-yard line.
Well, you have that option of taking the ball or re-kicking
Re-kick.
it. I think this is a wise choice.
Yeah, I agree. Because you're not, well, you didn't lose time either way, but
Nope. No, the
now you're
whole
5
thing
yards
is,
further back.
Right,
Right.
and we're talking about, you know, in college where those guys are kicking the ball deep into the end
Right.
zone and things, okay, you don't really gain an advantage.
Right.
But here at the high school level, you know, a lot of times this is really a good call because you can gain some serious field position. And if they're kicking to zones, you know, we saw a squib kick and
Right.
then 2 zone kicks. If they're kicking the zones, you can gain 10 pounds by making them re-kick it, or 10 yards.
Gained 10 pounds, but not by kicking the ball.
Right.
And Perez tees it back up. Left-footed kicker kicks it high
Again, to that
down around the
same zone.
25-yard line.
Yep.
That's number 13, Raymond Mapp, going to the far side of the field.
He's
He's got a wall over there,
He
but
did.
he gets about midway through it.
Unfortunately, it took him too long to get to the wall.
Right. We got a minute 46 to play here in the half. Long first half of football. So that's
A lot of
all
penalties.
those penalties. Yeah.
A lot of penalties. And a couple turnovers. With that wall, you want to move that wall more towards the hash.
Right.
So he doesn't have as far to go. You know, it's supposed to be a moving wall, not a trump wall. So the wall needs to move closer to the receiver.
And then they marked it a little further back, so there must have been a penalty on the play. I thought I had it on further up than that. Turned my head and the ball moved. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. Motion coming to the near side. Henry rolls out, hits number 13, his motion man Map, and he's going to get what, maybe 2 yards.
Great job of letting them throw the underneath route, making sure the deep routes were covered, and just reacting up, knowing where your sticks are.
I like the way they play this Central secondary's playing. They're coming up and they're laying the wood to people.
They are. And again, typical Johnny Wells team. They were going to smack you in the mouth.
Right. Brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. Shotgun formation, slots to both sides. And there's, in and out of the hands, number 5, Vaughn Wood. That's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Is that his second drop? Didn't he drop that other one on the
I wasn't sure if it was him or Douglas last time.
But again, trying
to 2 drop passes.
Trying to, make a move before you catch the ball.
All right. Minute 10 here in the first half. So the Knights looking for a defensive stance right here and feel a little better about themselves going in at the half.
Well, they might even have a chance to run a couple plays too.
Right. Slot to the left. Tight end on the right-hand side with a wing, or with a tight end. Oh, Henry's hit. Spins out of it. Rolls up and throws. He's got a man open. That's Map, and he's tackled down about the 23-yard line by Barnes. Isaiah Barnes.
Isaiah got caught looking in the backfield there and stopped his feet moving.
He was hit hard in the backfield and spun out of it.
And then Douglas did a good job of finding the open area and just running to it.
And hand off to Douglas. He's got some running room. It's going to be down inside the 15. A host of Knights take him to the ground. Clock is running, 45 seconds to go.
Plenty of time. You don't want to use that timeout right here.
Double slots. Henry drops back, throws it high.
Good tackle.
Nice tackle.
I think he might have the first down, which will stop the clock.
Number 10, Morris on the play.
Folks, this is a freshman quarterback doing this. That's a heck of a throw.
That's a first down. Outside, but it'll be about the 13-yard line, we'll call it.
And they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown.
Draw. And down inside the 10.
You might have to use your timeout.
And they're going to call the timeout. And we're going to stay right here with the action, folks, with 13 seconds to go.
I like that draw call, though.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
The defense is pinning their ears back, trying to come get you at the quarterback spot. You're seeing a lot of man coverage in the secondary, so they have their back turned.
I've not been keeping track of the timeouts here, Sean. I don't know if they have one left or two left.
This is it.
This is the last one?
I believe that was their last one.
$12-7, so inside we're going to put the ball at about the, 7-yard line, Sean? So it's going to be a first and
7-yard line, Benny.
1st and 5, about the 7. But they only got 13 seconds left. So basically, they only have, if they throw the ball, they probably only have 2 plays.
I think you play. We'll throw it up and catch it.
I agree. Yeah, give yourself 2 chances, if need be. If you watched the Indian River Glasgow game last night,
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
There we go. Shotgun formation. Slot right. Trips to the right. Oh, ball's on the ground.
And there's a penalty.
And a penalty.
They might get away with a false start.
And another flag. That looks like he's looking at a Central player when he threw that one.
Central was clapping on the last one, though.
All right. Well, we're going to find out. As the white hat comes over to the sideline. False start, Hodgson. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, Hodgson. So, oh, wow.
20 yards and penalties right there just took you out of a possibility for a touchdown.
And the way that flag went up, somebody said something.
Yep. The false start doesn't
Hurt you as bad.
no, but the unsportsmanlike and undisciplined play there, that it really makes it difficult for yourself now.
I thought they'd actually gotten the play off too, because they had the ball on the ground. But so we have 13 seconds to go here. Second down and a mile for Hodgson. Motion coming to the near side. Got this snap up. Under pressure. Oh, that's going to be a face mask.
Oh, he dropped it right through his hands.
And dropped it. We're going to have a face mask. That 15 yards is coming back. Wow, a ton of penalties.
Ripped his face off. Dear Lord, the helmet went flying on that.
We got 8 seconds.
8 seconds left.
Just kind of jumped up and ducked him a little bit. And that's all that was there to grab was the face mask. So we got a personal foul, face mask against Sussex Central. Is that untimed down? We still got 8 seconds on the clock.
I don't think he realizes.
Yeah, I don't think he knows there's time on the clock. He called it an untimed down, but there's still time on the clock. So here we go. Hodgson back on the ball. They get a net of maybe about 10 out of that, Sean, and it's back down to the 15 on the penalty. Obviously a spot foul. Tommy Marvel here in the press box. Bumped. Here we go. 2nd and 15 or 14. Low snap over the middle. And he knocks him down at the 2 or 1 yard line. It's going to be a first down, though.
There's 2 seconds.
They're going to have to spike it. No, they're not. They're going to run it. Has to set it. And the ball was never set.
He got in, but
the play wasn't set.
I think they're going to run another play. Hodgson making some substitutions here.
Now the penalty should be a procedure because the ball was never set for play. I never heard a whistle. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then you stop everybody, you set the ball, and you run the play.
What's the flag for?
I didn't see a flag.
There's a flag right there. Offside, Sussex Central. So
Wow,
take it to the
just
1.
made it even half the distance. And Johnny Wells is going to take time out here.
Yes, he is.
There's no doubt.
Yes, he is. We're going to stay right here, folks.
You got to take time out here.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
2 seconds to go. You're up 12-7.
You're at the half-inch line.
I imagine we're going to see probably Wiggins going off tackle.
I think you're going to run quarterback sneak behind that big offensive line.
True.
You know, you just ran it, and he probably got 3 yards on it.
Right.
Last time, I'm guessing. But, great job by the Hodgson Silver Eagles of not quitting.
Right. Did they start this with 1:54?
Yeah, with 1 timeout. And then you had the kick out of bounds.
Right. +5, and then the penalties back and forth. And
Yep.
I wonder if Dave. Nah, I don't think he does penalties.
No.
We'd have to have a penalty stat man just for tonight, just to do
Yeah.
penalties alone.
I think we need to recruit somebody.
So here we go. Sussex Central breaks the huddle. Hodgson back, come on the field, right to the ball. 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think here's where you're going to run your quarterback sneak.
Yeah, we've got a tight formation here. And Billups is deep, but this is quarterback sneak formation here. And we have a whistle.
Does anybody want to end the half?
I don't think so. No flag, just a whistle.
Yeah, that whistle was blown before the snap. I wonder what was going on.
It was the line judge, or not the line judge,
the back judge.
Back judge came in. I don't see a flag. The white hat's trying to figure out how he's going to explain this.
Wow. Put your mouthpiece in.
You got good eyes for that one, too.
Wow.
So now we go to just inside the 1 to just outside the 5.
And now your play call becomes a whole lot different.
Yeah, and you got one play now.
I think they could motion to trips again and throw that out route.
When was the last
Right
time
at
the
the
down
goal
marker guy flipped that thing?
A long time ago.
Here we go. 2 seconds to go here in the half.
Double tight formation.
And he's going to roll out. Under pressure. He's got it. No, in and out.
He dropped it.
He dropped
Douglas
it.
was wide open along the back line.
And that's how the half's going to end. 12-7 Sussex Central. And going back on air, Sean. Here we are back in the booth. Benny and Sean here. And Sean, we got the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of scores coming in. Woodbridge 29, Cambridge South Dorchester 13. Cambridge is one of the top teams down in the Bayside usually.
Oh, that Woodbridge team, skill kids all over the
absolutely.
field. That's not a surpriser to me. I actually picked the Blue Raiders.
Here's what I'm surprised. We're an hour into this game. 7-6 Smyrna is the last score I got.
Yeah, unbelievable job there by the Middletown defense, really shutting down.
I was looking at both
offense.
teams to be in the 30s tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Here's a surprise. Howard 20, St. George's 7.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, especially with St. George's moving up to Division I. That's a huge upset. That might even be bigger than last night's Indian River game.
Right, Archmere 36, Dover 14. That's late in the game. Delmar 22, Smithsburg 0. And heading into halftime, the Caesar Rodney Riders looking to get a win here. They're up 7-0 on Appoquinimink Jaguars.
And that's a great start for CR. They've had a down program the past couple years, looking to rebuild that tradition. Good for the Riders.
Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout. We'll come back with the rest of the first with the Sussex Central High School Marching Band, and then the rest of the Cello Concepts halftime show.
Cello Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and a consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind of the restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together, and be about something. And for us, it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us. And now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world. And they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. And we may open 10 more restaurants. We may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be. Cello Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and a consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind of the restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together, and be about something. And for us, it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire, I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us, and now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world, and they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. And we may open 10 more restaurants. We may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be.
Oh, shoot. Okay, folks, enjoy the sights and sounds of the Sussex Central High School marching band. And welcome back, folks, for the Cello Concepts halftime show. Benny Mitchell here with Sean Brennan. We got our stats in from Dave Marble.
Coach Dave Marble.
First of all, just reminded me of something when I saw those sunglasses, Sean, and I forgot to mention it. I'm sitting with royalty tonight.
You
folks,
are.
because I think that's the guy that won the 2017 high school softball state championship at Milford High School. Sean Brennan here, state championship coach, and
same glasses too.
it was, you know what,
Same
the
glasses.
future's so bright he had to wear shades.
These lights give me
I
headaches.
think
That's what it is.
I think I sent that to you before you got off the bus.
Yeah.
A screenshot of that. And real quick, Sean, let's go over some stats. Leader for Sussex Central, Drew Morris, 7 carries, 43 yards and a touchdown. And the quarterback, Isaac Barnes, 5 carries, 36 yards for a touchdown. The Golden Knights, 160 total yards, all 160 on the ground, 8 first downs, 2 turnovers. And for the Hodgson Silver Eagles, their top guy is number 4, Nazir Billups, 8 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown, 107 total yards, 71 passing, 36 rushing yards, 5 first downs, and a turnover. And I think, Sean, the biggest key right now that's keeping us from being a scoreless game is the block punt.
Well, is it? Or is it your inability to take advantage of opportunities in the red zone?
Right.
Hodgson's left a lot of points on, off that scoreboard. They've had a lot of opportunities. They did take advantage of the block punt and putting something on the board, but in reality, they probably should have even 2 more scores. I felt like they did a really good job of establishing the line of scrimmage, but they can't keep just doing silly mistakes in the red zone and creating long down situations.
Right. This we're going to see 24 minutes of this kid, Kurt Henry, the freshman quarterback from Hodgson, 6 completions on 12 attempts, 71 yards. I think we're going to be talking about this guy in the future.
Well, he probably should have 9 completions because there was 3 drops
passes.
where guys were wide open.
He does have the 1 interception.
But that was an interception. Fourth down play, trying to make a play. You can live with that as a ball coach. What you can't live with is the drop balls.
Right.
Kid's playing well. He's seeing the field really well. What I'd like to see him do a little bit more is when he's under pressure to keep those eyes down the field a little bit. But you're a freshman. You're going to make those mistakes. Offensively, really, Hodgson just needs to just settle down, continue to establish that line of scrimmage, and just catch the ball before you're making a run. And if they do that, they'll get right back into this ball game.
I think what's going to be key coming in the third quarter, and we see this any high school football game you go opening week, is who's in shape, who hydrated. Because it's the third quarter coming up. They're resting. That's when you're going to cramp up, and we're going to find out who's in shape.
We've talked about that a lot, over the years early in the season. You can't hydrate today.
Yeah, it's got to be early in the week.
Tuesday you start,
right.
Wednesday, Thursday, and then all day today as well. So, but it's a chill night. Usually this early, it's humid, it's in the 80s. Tonight, it's low 60s, a little chill in the air. Kind of almost feels like October.
Yeah, it's an early fall coming at us. And like I said, one of our Dream Scouting Reports players to watch, we talked about Isaac Barnes at the start, and he's one of the top rushers in this game. He's the third leading rusher in the game, and he's only 6 yards behind the guy in front of him. Dream Scouting Network brings you our players to watch. And coming up at the end of the game, we will have the Louie's Pizza player of the game, and we're already starting to throw some names around here at halftime while the band was out. And a lot of good guys. And we still got to have football guys. We really can't make a decision right now. And,
right now, I like Zion Reed, though.
Yeah, Zion Reed.
Doing a good job running the football.
Right, if we went defensively, you got to be talking Hayward or Douglas over there for Hodgson, or maybe even Isaiah Barnes, the twin brother of the quarterback, who's had a couple big hits.
Drew Morris.
Yeah, Drew Morris is playing well on both sides of the ball.
52 yards rushing on 9 carries. That's good, good yardage. Doing a good job. So, there's quite a few there to choose from.
And let's update our scores here. I just had a couple come in. Third quarter, Woodbridge 37, Cambridge South Dorchester 13. The Riders, Cesar Rodney still up 7-0 in the third, playing a little defense. They also run like a kind of a wing
Well, they're
tee out of
running
a
the spread.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have gone to that because you can create some matchups with your skill guys.
And I said this in the pigskin picks. I kind of felt Dover could wear Archmere down with 3:56 to play. Archmere 36, Dover 30. They're creeping back in that game.
Without their starting
Without their starting quarterback, that's correct. He should be back week number 2 against Woodbridge next week. Delmar still 22-0 over Smithsburg. And second quarter, end of the first quarter, starting the second quarter, Middletown 14-6. So I thought we'd see more points on the board in the game. And here's the one that's just shocking me. But I watched Howard play Smyrna last year, and they gave Smyrna fits on offense. Howard 26, St. George's 7.
And Howard has a lot of skilled kids too that can get after
Young
you
quarterback.
a little bit too. So,
A couple big ends.
but I'm shocked at that because St. George's, has great tradition there. Them moving up to Division I, that's a shocker to me.
So, folks, we're going to take one more time out. We've got about a couple seconds to kick off, and we'll be right back. We're back. The Knights are out warming up. Hodgson on the sideline, ready to start the third quarter. No scores on Milford Sussex Tech, surprisingly. It's right down the road, but somebody here would have a score.
Well, I'm going to text the Mama Gator
There
and
you
see
go.
if she's listening to it on the radio.
There may not be a reporter at that game, so sometimes it doesn't get out on Twitter.
So if you're Sussex Central, you're winning 12-7. I think it.
Step on the throat.
Well, I think
You got the ball here.
I think what you do is you get back to where you've had your success, which is your down, kick out,
Right.
blocking schemes. When they're running their ISO, I think if I was making a halftime adjustment, I might pull a guard and then lead through the hole again, so I can create that same kind of matchup. When they've blocked that way, there hasn't been a whole lot of penetration. And then, of course, I talked about it a lot in the first half. You got to find a way to block Jalik Hayward coming off the edge. And a lot of times you can do that by trapping.
Right.
So I think Wellesley will come out and do the same kind of things that they've had their success doing. The Milford score, Benny, scoreless in the third quarter.
And that's why we're not hearing anything. So Milford and Sussex Tech scoreless. And my understanding is a couple Milford residents transferred back this year from Sussex Tech, from what I hear.
Yeah, they got a couple of players that came back home. Where they're going to struggle, is up front. They graduated
got
their whole
two
life.
really good running backs. Lost their quarterback
Yes.
and some good receivers, but
Yep.
when they start seeing those teams that have a line, they're in a little bit of trouble. I still think they have a shot at being, one of the 8 teams in the state tournament. If they can go 6-4, 7-3, they can find themselves in the tournament.
Well, sure. They play 3 Division I teams, which will give them extra bonus points. And if they can squeak a win, maybe a Polytech win,
Right.
they'll get extra points for that.
And Henlopen North, you got to be talking Smyrna, Sussex Central. I would had them a little closer before tonight. I have to say Smyrna maybe is a
I
little
say
better.
don't sleep on Cape Henlopen.
We're not going to know anything about them until week 4.
I understand, but I say don't sleep on them.
And here we go. Hodgson ready to kick off. And it's going to be a short kick, bounce about the 20. And that is number 20.
Great
Number
tackle.
28.
Excellent open
Ron Hall
field
looking
tackle.
for his wall, just couldn't get there.
Darius Hale, excellent job on special teams that time. Hey, that's how you make an impact coming out of the locker room, too.
Getting back to Cape Loam, they're going to be hard to predict with 3 out-of-state games with teams that nobody else plays. So it's going to be hard to find out who they are. I still think Smyrna is the class of the Henlopen North right now. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at the 20. We'll see Cape in week 4 at Smyrna. So
great matchup. I'm really shocked though that the Smyrna Eagles only got 7 points on the board. There it is. There's your trap. That time Hodgson squeezed that trap down.
right.
And again, Hayward just chased it down from behind.
I'll bring up a 2nd and 9, 1 yard on the game on the play.
He is so big, so fast, so strong.
Yeah, I'm sure John Wells like to get a couple first downs here and go another one of those long drives.
Yep.
Needs some clock up. Here they go, wing T formation, wing to the right, short slot to the left, short split to the left, and that's going to be a design keeper. And Barnes looking good down the sideline, cuts it back in. One guy to beat, cuts it down. Oh, tackle from behind by number 46. Brandon Smika with a touchdown saving tackle.
They had success with that play in the first half, and the reason why is because Haywood comes hard inside. And so what they've done is they've allowed him to go hard inside, just kind of wall him off and run him down the line. Quarterback's now able to get to the edge. So they're using his aggressiveness against him.
Well, I think they're going to pick up on that little short split now. That guy's out there to block for that quarterback sweep.
There's your buck sweep.
That's Morris.
Drew Morris just needs to get back in the huddle, enjoy his run. You have close to a first down. You don't need, and they give it to him, so you don't need anything silly there.
1st and 10 in Hodgson territory at the 35-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to call the 50-50 number, so we'll do that at the next change of possession.
And there's that short split again. So they're going to hand it off up the middle. Gain of about 2 on the play.
You run that play to keep your linebackers home so that you can't get back to the edge and running the ball through your C-gap. You'd like to see maybe another 2 or 3 yards out of that, but you have to keep them honest in the middle.
Second, I guess it's going to be a gain of short 2. 2nd and 8. And drop back is Barnes. He has Morris over the middle. He's got it inside the 20. Down to about the 17. First down, Sussex Central.
And that's what running the football will do for you.
Right?
It will now open up your passing game just enough where you can move some sticks.
So first down in the red zone.
Laurel 13, Brandywine 6.
Wow. That's Morris. Cuts it back up the middle.
Morris running hard there.
Yeah, gain of about 5 or 6 on the play.
Running behind his pads there.
Yeah.
That was a nice run.
I
know on TV, folks, that don't look like much, but it's setting a tone.
Right.
Second down. That's 7.
2nd and 7 for the Golden Knights inside the 15 now, about the 14-yard line. And back to pass again. Got a man open and batted away by number 8, Daniel Douglas. And he's had a good defensive game. Douglas has. He's not allowed him to throw deep. He's come up and made some big hits.
I don't know if I would have ran Waggle there. I think I would have just continue pounding the football. Let the clock run.
Wait a second.
Now-
Sean Brandon wouldn't
Yeah,
throw the ball?
I'm telling you. Not with what they have going on
Right.
this drive. You've now stopped the clock.
That might be a
third
try to
and
keep them
long.
honest, Plus, they just
I-
had some success with the pass.
I understand.
And, and Wells is a conservative guy, too.
He is. He is.
Barnes making sure everybody's lined up right, slot to the left. Got a double wing here. Motion coming to the near side.
Speed sweep.
That's what it is. He's going to take it inside the ball. Oh, stays on his feet inside the
Driving,
5. Down to about 2.
driving.
That's number 28. Damon Hall, junior fullback.
Driving 4 defenders draped all over you trying to
Is that
get
an 8 or a
goal
20?
line.
I'm sorry, that's a 20. That's number 20, Zion Reed.
Who we mentioned during the halftime. Really liked how he played the
And
first
we have a
half.
timeout. Sussex Central, folks, and we're going to take one with them. Still 12-7. And we're back, folks. Sussex Central takes a timeout here. I don't know, Sean, if that had something to do with the didn't line up correctly the first time and wanted to make sure they had the right play here down at the 2-yard line.
Well, you have a great drive going coming out of the halftime. You want to make sure you got everything right because this is an opportunity in the red zone that can put you up 2 scores.
It's a long time out. I thought they were only a minute. I smell roast beef, Sean. What about you?
Was it from Sodell?
Actually, it's not.
Oh.
I don't know that they delivered it.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Drew Morris. That's his second touchdown of the game.
So your timeout was well worth it.
Right, absolutely. And we have a Hodgson player down. Sean, I'm going to write something down for you. I'm going to write it down because I want to say, because I want you to be able to talk when I'm done. A little bit of a surprise here.
You know I can talk better, so this must be a huge surprise.
Lake Forest 28, Wilmington Friends 7.
That is a huge surprise.
Yep. Maybe Freddie's got him back. Freddie Johnson might have him back.
Well, he has a lot back from last year's team. Friends, lost a lot of skill kids.
Yes, they did.
They lost their
Bennick, a
whole
quarterback who was
backfield.
a 4-year quarterback.
Yeah, they lost their whole backfield. I look for Friends to be good down the stretch. I think they're still learning at this point. Coach Tattersall do a great job coaching them up, and they might get a bid by winning their conference.
Right. While we got the time, let's go ahead and bring up the Barkley out-of-town scoreboard. And we've got some more scores. Thank you to my wife, Kristen. A out of Pont and Poly, halftime, 21-15. So Polytech looking to get a win after going 0-10 last year. Laurel, 13. Brandywine, 6. I told you I went out on a limb. I said the Bulldogs win this game. So far,
Yep.
I'm right. Howard, 26. St. George's, 7. Middletown, 14. Smyrna, 12, second quarter. Woodbridge up still, 37-13. Final score in Dover, Archmere 36, Dover 30. And
Well, they came back. They just got off to a bad start.
off to a bad start, playing without their starting quarterback. He comes back next week, and they have Woodbridge. So, and still, Caesar Rodney's still up 7-0, 7-0. You know, they had the new offensive coordinator in Brian Bossert from the University of Delaware, and
he got him on the board.
I thought we got him on the board. I thought we'd see a little more. But,
he got him on the board.
That's our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Barclays Heating and Air in Smyrna, Delaware. So a player walks off the field under his own power. That's number 66. He's had a pretty good game. That's Xavier Chandler. He's stuffed up the middle quite a bit tonight. Up. Sorry, at Wilmington Friends is up.
Oh.
28-7, so not so much of a shock.
So you scared me.
I did. And we have a penalty after the play. Unsportsmanlike. Is that 2 unsportsmanlike?
That's down the stand.
Or is it offsetting? I can't tell.
Well,
matter of fact, we have a referee up in the box, and he can't figure out what he's doing. He needs to be a little firmer with the penalty, so I know what's going on. So here we go, Sussex Central going for 2.
I know he likes doing the rope move.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
every
that.
time he misses.
Maybe somebody had a home run. I don't know.
Isaac Barnes at the center. He could have went deep. And it looks like he's in from him. Yes,
He is in. Isaac Barnes, he gets another score, and that puts the Golden Knights up 22-7. 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. We're going to stay right here with it, folks.
Well, that's just a great drive coming out of the locker. You've scored,
Absolutely.
got your 2-point conversion, and you ate up a boatload of time.
Right.
So you've been able to shorten the game.
So let's get back, talk some Henlopen North while we got a minute here, Sean. I'd say Polytech probably going to find themselves at the bottom again. Hopefully it'll be a little more improved. I think they will be a little more improved as they have a coach now for 2 years in a row.
Yep.
That's been one of their issues.
And he's a quality coach,
Right.
too.
And I think you got to figure out, you don't know what's going to happen with Dover. You know, they were down early, got themselves back in it. I think them, Caesar Rodney. I have Cape kind of in that mix, mainly because Cape is taking a wide receiver and making him a quarterback now. They do have some transfers coming in.
They're really big up front.
They are big up front.
Really big and athletic, too.
And we'll have them against Smyrna, who I still think is the top team in the Henlopen North. And then Sussex Central, we'll see Cape again on a Saturday against Sussex Central.
Smyrna's a 2-time state champ, defending
Right.
state champ. And so until somebody's going to knock them off, they're still my pick.
That's right.
To win
And
the
they're
Henlopen
14-12. You know, they lost the Gatorade Player of the Year. Middletown's got all their talent back, and they're hanging with them 14-12. So there's the kick. Squib kick down on the ground, bounces around up into the hands about the 21-yard line. And that's number 13, Matt. And he carries it out to about the 34. Where to be 1st and 10 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles.
Matt had a little speed hitting up in there. You can get a block or 2 out of there. But a great return, though. I mean, you're at the 35, good starting point. And I think if you're Hodgson,
Shut the fan off here, Sean. I think that's why you're feeling a little bit of those fall effects. We've had a fan going since the sun was out. I forgot about it.
Well, I am
until I went to see where the ball was and I couldn't see.
I am a big guy,
Right.
so it didn't bother me.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And I wasn't sweating next to you.
Right. Oh, low snap. Get late handoff to Wiggins, and he's got nowhere to go. And I think it looks like Sussex Central starting to pick up steam, Sean.
Well, they are. They made. I just seen there, out of that formation, they widened the outside backer. They got hurt if the boy would have caught the ball on a quick slant route. They're starting to take that away. You know, the beauty of football, the strategy. Right. You do this, I do that,
and
you do this.
As we talked about cramps, Sean, here comes the
there it is.
First one.
So we know he didn't hydrate on Tuesday.
Right. If we thought about it, we could have our resident exercise science guy down here to talk about it, but he's on the camera tonight.
Yes, he is. And this is a big injury for Hodgson. Daniel Douglas down. I don't know if this is a cramp, though, Ben.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're pushing the knee or.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I think it's a cramp in the calf. Let's throw some scores in while we're waiting. Fourth quarter, Cesar Rodney 7-6 up over Apo. Howard 26-14 now over St. George's. Still 14-12 with Smyrna and Middletown. And Delmar halftime 28-0 over Smithsburg. That's your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Ginger and John Barkley of Smyrna, Delaware. Big Smyrna supporters, big just kid supporters, you know.
Yep. It's great to see Douglas walking off on his own power.
That was one of the fastest responses I've ever gotten to a text.
Yeah.
Are you in for sponsorship? And I think before it was yes. Give me the details. So they just want to support high school kids and high school sports. Barclays Heating and Air.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely. Helps us bring these productions to them. They're not free. So here we go. 2nd and 10. And he's got a man open. Is that intercepted?
Picked off. Yep.
That's Drew Morris.
You talk about
Yes,
going
it
up
is.
for the high point. That was just
Drew
a great
Morris.
job.
So now Sean starting to lean. Morris, Barnes, for our Louie's Pizza Player of the Game. Yeah, he went nice job. Went up high, brought it down.
Great coverage. Great coverage.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 30-yard line.
You know, they tried to simplify it as just a two-man route there for a freshman quarterback, and it was all covered pretty well. So if you're going to throw it deep, you got to throw it where your guy's going to get it.
Right.
He just didn't have the arm strength that time to let it fly that far.
Sean, did you know Milford had a field goal kicker?
I did not.
They do. They're up 3-0.
With 6 minutes left in the game.
Wow. Coach Strickland found himself a kicker. That's number 20, Reed, on the carry. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing really well because Tech's got some skilled kids that, we're looking for big numbers this year.
Approaching 7 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Sussex Central leads 22-7. 2 touchdowns by junior quarterback Isaac Barnes. Golden Knights come to the line. Barnes under center, wing T formation. Split left, wing right. And motion coming to the near side. It's going to be up the middle, little guard trap. And maybe a yard or 2.
And
Pick up
again,
a 3rd and 5.
that's to keep that interior honest. And like we had talked about, you're going to trap it so you can create your angles for your offensive line. And it's manageable. 3rd and 5 is manageable. So
And now that they're throwing the ball a little bit.
yeah, I mean they're still staying on schedule.
Knights come up to the ball. There's that short split to the left, Sean. And there's the quarterback keeper. Oh, he's going down the sidelines. One guy to beat. Oh, he cuts back and falls down. And you're going to get a flag. I don't know, Sean, that was a late hit as much as he fell down.
I think he just fell.
Yeah, I agree. That's a big run by Barnes. And I said, he's going to have to, the Hodgson box here is going to have to notice that short split.
Yep. Well, it's giving it away right away.
Absolutely.
Just by formation, you know what's coming.
You see that formation, you put a hat on the other side and get somebody on that quarterback.
So that's a big penalty.
Yeah, it's going to put it right down the right down inside the 10.
You're in the red zone now.
And the way Sussex Central's playing right now, they came out in the third quarter as John Wells teams do. They always seem to play well in the third quarter. They came out, they scored. Now, big run, add 15 to it. It's going to be.
I had the privilege of coaching against Coach Wells a few times, and you always felt like coming out at halftime, you had to stop that offense.
Right. First and 10 for the Golden
His
Knights.
staff always does a great job of making adjustments.
At the 13.
And they've been much more disciplined. Here comes the blitz.
That's going to be Curtis up the middle. Nowhere to go, maybe a yard. Just he got hit before he got started there, Sean.
Well,
And we
another
have
player down.
Another cramp. So let's talk some while the cameraman zooms away. A lot of toys this year, don't I, Sean?
You do.
I like that. We have a final in Cambridge. Woodbridge goes 14 straight, 37-13. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders over the Cambridge South Dorchester Vikings. Final up in Dover, Archmere 36, Dover 30. As we said, it was Friends 28, Lake Forest 7. We had to score backwards. No update on the Laurel Brandywine. Last we heard was 13-6. 26-14, Howard over St. George's. And with not a whole lot of time left, the Milford Buccaneers 3-0 over Sussex Tech. And it's got to be getting late in the fourth quarter. Caesar Rodney 7, Appoquinimink 6. So I think if Caesar Rodney pulls that out, that's a big win for Caesar Rodney because Appo is a team that's been hanging around in that Flight A.
They're well coached too.
Yeah, sure. And Candeloro. That's Barnes again around the. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Morris. Not a whole lot of room.
He might have fumbled on that ball.
He did fumble. Hodgson football.
That's a big turnover. That's a big turnover.
Yeah, you're getting ready to maybe put this thing away.
That could have been the dagger.
Really, now you're giving these guys new life. So 4:45 left. And Hodgson's going to take over on downs, third quarter. Or take over on the fumble, third quarter. So that's 2 Sussex Central fumbles.
Is it me or has this been the longest game?
There's been so many penalties in this game.
I mean, it's 9 o'clock
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, bump that guy next to you. He's one in charge of the clock.
Yeah. Let it run.
4:45. Hodgson takes over.
Well, I
first
mean, we're
and 10.
doing these out-of-town scores, and it's like they're done.
Yeah, I usually do 1 a quarter.
Right. They're done. We're not even in the fourth quarter.
No. Well, we're not far from home. Just nowhere to go there on that little cutback there, Sean.
Well, we talked about the Gators X's and O's and having to establish the line of scrimmage. And Hodgson coming out of the halftime has not done that at all.
Number 4, Wiggins on the carry, just nowhere to go. Gets about
And I'm
2 on
a
the
big
play.
body language guy, and I'm not.
Well, and they're starting to walk back to the huddle,
Yeah.
walk up to the line.
I'm not seeing good body language out of the Silver Eagles right now.
They're only down 15, down 2 scores. Quarterback's going to go up under center, I formation on a 2nd and 8. Gonna drop back. He's got a man down the right sideline. Steps up. He's going to run it. Has to cut. Number 52 on the tackle. That's Jake Brewington, the senior. So he's going to pick up about 3 on the play. Call it 4 and make that a 2nd and 3.
Good discipline by the Sussex Central linebackers. Staying home, keeping that quarterback in front of him, not letting him get too much open area to run around and make a play. But he's a young freshman. He needs to tuck that ball away.
Yes.
Ball's getting way out. Bad things happen.
3rd and 3 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. They're going to go under center, double split. Ball's on the ground, picks it back up, but the Knights are all over it. That's going to bring up a 4th and about 11.
I
And
don't
just when Hodgson gets things going, Sean.
They've self-destructed.
Yeah.
They did that in the first half with penalties. Here they're doing it with penalties and turnovers and fumbling the ball. And, week one,
Yes.
your first, time being considered Division I, they didn't respond well so far. This game's got a lot of football left.
Oh, absolutely. And, just looking 9 weeks down the road, I mean, anymore to make the Division I playoffs, you got to be 8-2, 7-3 if you play an all Division I schedule. Not all these teams do. So
No, Central doesn't.
no.
Hodgson doesn't. I think they still play a couple Division
Well, they'll
II
play
schools.
Howard, I'm sure, because it's another VOTEC.
Right.
Play set. Back to punt. Looks like number 6, Nazir Billups. A wobbling
Short
kick.
punt.
Bounces about the 35 out to the 40. Picked up at the 44 by Isaiah Barnes. Cuts it back. Driving the legs. And he's going to go down around the 35-yard line. And a flag on the play.
I really wish
2 flags on the play.
I really wish we had instant replay so I could show everyone. Number 12, Javon Saffold, really set that return up because he had his man blocked, hands were inside, and he just kept driving his feet, and that enabled him to pick up the ball and go. If he doesn't make that block, that's backwards another 10 yards.
You know what weight Javon Saffold wrestled last year?
You and your wrestling trivia,
Well,
I have
we're
no
going to go
idea.
size-wise.
No idea.
106 pounder last year.
106.
Yeah.
Wow.
Down here playing varsity football.
Yeah, and contributing
Right.
huge.
He was third in the state last year at 106 pounds.
Because you have these penalties now, right?
Right.
So you can see where it is. Now, if that ball's around the 50-yard line and you get these penalties, you're no longer at midfield.
Right. And he's coming in to play some offense now. I've known Javon Saffold since about the 2nd grade. He came out of my Hanover Hammers Wrestling Club, and I can tell you right now, he's in this game, and he is excited to be in this football game. He's an exciting athlete to watch.
I really enjoyed watching him block on that punt return. So you got all these new toys, right?
Right.
You need to get instant replay.
We do have it.
Do you? All right.
I'll see if I'll play with it a little bit.
All right. Folks, we're going to be able to draw them up now.
Here we go. Nice takeover. 1st and 10 at the 50. Bush comes to the near side, drops back. He's looking for Morris, and Morris catches it.
Wow, what a catch. Morris coming out on a wheel route. Doing a great job. That's an NFL catch because that was 2 feet in, too.
Right.
That's a great job. Great ball, too. You're talking about a young quarterback throwing it in an open area where only his guy can get it because it was good coverage.
This Sussex Central team's young, Sean. I'm looking at the guys that are playing these skill positions. Other than Morris, they're all juniors and sophomores.
Yep.
2:15 here to go in the 3rd quarter. Just going to be getting bed late tonight, Sean.
Yeah, I have to go to Arcadia University for field hockey.
There you go.
tomorrow.
Older daughter.
Yep.
Lawrence ends up the pass. He gets it in for 1 tackle.
And that's fatigue, folks. Fatigue starting to set in now where you're getting 2 yards deep, making a hit, and you're not wrapping up. Wallace there, DeMar Wallace, made great first contact, but then didn't wrap up. And now the Knights staying on schedule. First down, getting 5 yards.
2nd and 5. I think about 2nd and 5 for the Golden Knights. Saffold split to the right, wing to the left. That's Morris. It's a handoff to Reed up the middle. Nowhere to go. Big number 59, Wendell Lima with a tackle on the play. I think, right now, John Wells, now he's going to be content just to run the ball and start eating up clock. We still got 14 minutes of football left. 22-7 lead. And
Yeah.
by all means, keep the clock running.
Yes. I'm hungry.
I mean, I like football.
All these
but
Sodell commercials,
I
I'm
know.
hungry.
I'll run you a couple more. $9 o'clock. 2-hour game so far.
Guard trap.
Oh, not guard trap. Pushes ahead. That's the first down.
And another player down for Silver Eagles.
Now he cops back up.
That's Brandon Shimko. I think he was a little upset that he didn't make the tackle.
Yeah.
He got trapped.
They're going to start running trap. That's going to cause Hodgson to pinch those tackles, and that's just going to open up that outside game again.
Oh, yeah. Again, Coach Wells is stuck to the game plan. Here's your keep.
This time they sniff it out. Nowhere to go.
Pulled down by Daniel Douglas.
But you still got positive yardage.
Second and 10 for the Golden Knights.
Because they could have had him in the back.
Right, yeah.
So
He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So that, to me, is positive yardage. But you're right. They sniffed that out right from the formation now. So they might have shown that a little bit too much.
This time's going to drop back the pass. He's got a man open over the middle. Oh, in and out of hands. Had to get kind of turned around there. That's number 20, Reed.
He had him early, and the ball was a little underthrown. If he can get that a little deeper in that end zone, that might have been a.
Yeah, I think talking about quarterbacks, and we have a player down on one knee or down in the end zone. Troy Haynes, the quarterback at Woodbridge, and we noticed last year he developed. Last half of the season, we used to talk about how he was throwing to the open receiver, and he started to learn how to throw him open.
Yeah,
and it changed his. And I mean, it really set up a big touchdown in the state championship game when he threw the long pass to Gabe Westcott, who ran underneath it and sets up the touchdown. And that was some maturity of Troy Haynes. He's only a junior this year, another lefty quarterback, and he went from, like I said, throwing to the open receiver to throwing him open. That's huge.
Wow, and it's a skill that has to be learned.
Right.
But I'm impressed. I really am impressed.
Yeah, I like this Barnes kid. He's an athlete. Another kid I've known for a long, long time here at Sussex Central, the Twins. They have another little brother.
I'm not trying to be a homer for Central because the Henry kid for Hodgson, Kurt Henry.
We're going to be talking about him down the road.
He's done a really, really nice job.
Kid's a freshman. We're going to be talking about him down the road, no doubt. He's got 39 more football games ahead of him.
Sure. But
both players
I would just really like the command, that Barnes has shown tonight with the Central offense. A lot of poise.
And this junior class from Sussex Central, their freshman year, their freshman schedule, they only allowed 2 points all season. So, and we're seeing some of their defense tonight.
Right.
And a lot of juniors on the field. So here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Golden Knights in the shotgun. And he's going to hand it off to Reed. The ball's on the ground and picked up by number 8, Daniel Douglas. So Hodgson's going to take over. 1st and 10 on the turnover. 3rd. Sussex Central fumble tonight, and they're up 22-7. That's, of course, their fumbles have been deep into Hodgson territory.
I mean, they've been able to flip the field with long drives.
Right.
So I think, if you go back and you watch the film during the week, you say, boys, we have to finish these drives now. But they're still in control of the game unless Hodgson can reestablish that line of scrimmage.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole key right now.
There we go. 8 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hodgson comes back to the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Can the big dogs get it done up front?
Curtis in the shotgun. Or Henry in the shotgun, excuse me. That's a hand up to Billup, or Wiggins over the middle. Just not a lot of running room there, Sean.
No, what we saw in the 1st quarter was a push. So it was the wave, and they were able to push the D line back. Now what's happened is they don't move their feet.
Right.
When they come off the ball, they just don't move their feet. So Central's going to cover those guys up and let the linebackers come and make the plays. They got to get that push into the second level.
Your score at the end of 3 quarters, Sussex Central 20, Hodgson Silver Eagles 7. We'll be back with the fourth quarter, folks.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Cello Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon.
Welcome back, folks. Big score to go here. We've been talking about Cesar Rodney. 2 minutes to go in the game. Apo goes up, gets the 2. They take the 14-7 lead, and the Riders return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. 14-14. It looks like we might be headed to overtime.
Free football.
Yes.
Free football.
1,837 is the attendance for the first home game of the year.
Although there might still be about 2 minutes left in that game. So here we go. Low snap, picks it up. And he might have a first down. Oh, no flag on that. There was some pushing and shoving after the play.
You don't. If you're Central, you don't want to get chippy here.
No, just win the game.
Yeah, you have a 2-score lead. Good quarterback draw there. Henry did a good job too. It was a low snap. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, it was
low
maybe
snap.
It was skip, but it was very low to the ground. 1st and 10 for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. Look at the mound drive here. We'll go wide here to the left. Now we're going to go slot. And then motion is going to give us trips. They're going to flood this left side. Henry rolls out. Got a man open. That's big hit.
Ball's out.
And the ball's on the ground.
Oh.
And who made that hit? Isaac Barnes.
Out.
Wow. Over the field.
That's your quarterback.
You know what he wants?
That ball was out.
He wants
player of the
player
game.
Player of the game. Yes, he does. He's now playing on both sides of the ball.
He wants some cheese fries.
So that's going to be incomplete pass. Oh, we still got to see a nice hit out of it.
That was great.
Well, to tell you the truth, he never got a step before Barnes hit him.
He's got guys open, that's for sure. But they're playing a zone to it. So they're giving you the underneath stuff.
Well, and they're running one in and then running the out.
Yeah,
that flood formation.
exactly.
And here they're going to flood this left side again. He's going to throw it back to the side. And a big hit.
Staying home.
That's number 17, Josiah Blake. Sussex Central bringing the wood.
Staying home on the backside.
That was a huge.
He sniffed that out the whole
hit.
way. 2 in a row. Great form tackles. Because notice now they're hitting, but they're wrapping up at the same time. So many kids today want to lay the wood and then don't wrap up.
Ball is at 31-yard line.
Right down. Oh, here we go. Snap. Henry looking for some running room. And
Great.
Ends up being sacked. And again on that 17 was the initial guy on that Blake. 9.7 seconds to go. Right down the road. Milford leads Sussex Tech 3-0 with 9 seconds left to play in the game.
Big win for the Bucks if they can hold
That's
on.
right.
That is a
6 points, folks.
huge win. In a game where most people had them picked to lose.
Right. That was actually my upset special. I've had 2 upset specials this week, Sean. Indian River and Milford.
There you go. You're
It's gonna
2
be a good
for
year.
2. It is. You had a good year last year, too, with that.
Michael Sanchez.
On the punt is Sanchez.
Good punt.
Barnes fields it, takes a step to the right, puts his head down, breaks the tackle, and takes it out to the 46-yard line. So Sean, let's update some scores here in the 4th quarter, and we got some doozies. Smyrna now leads in the 3rd quarter, 20-14. Caesarati and Apo 14-14. They're close to the end of the game, maybe heading into overtime. Friends leads Lake Forest 42-7. And that's all the updates we have. Is we already have the Milford score and Woodbridge winning their game. So
The Milford scores a final.
Milford Bucks get a big to win over a Division I opponent. 3-0. You don't see a lot of those in high school football.
Great defensive battle.
And here come the Golden Knights. 1st and 10.
Wow.
Hitting the backfield. Number 10.
And there's Haywood again, slashing hard to the inside.
And as you said that, there's my update. Milford goes to 1-0 with a 3-0 win over Sussex Tech. Milford, they kind of got a little bit they get it from both sides as far as losing kids at Tech schools. They got it from Milford and Polytech.
Yeah, yep.
2nd and 11 for the Golden Knights at their own 47-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Morrison. Nowhere to go. He's going to lose probably another yard. Maybe back to line of scrimmage.
Jerron Curtis that time tried his best
That was
to
number 9.
kick out to Lee Hayward.
Hayward on the tackle, yeah.
And he got stoned right where he hit him.
3rd and
He
12.
bounced off, and Haywood makes the tackle. That kid's had a heck of a game.
Yes, he has.
He has had a heck of a game.
3rd and 12. Interesting to see how Hodgson season plays out. William Penn, I hear, is going to have a pretty good team when it's all said and done.
Middletown's going to be good.
Middletown,
Play there.
Concord. Concord's like the team nobody ever talks about.
They just consistently win.
There's your counter
tackle
and
trap.
blown up.
Yep.
That was Hayward that got it blown up, and then number 34, DeMar Wallace, blew it up.
Yeah, when you run tackle trap, you can't have that penetration
Right.
that they just had. And right now, Hodgson's just selling out.
Right. Knights send the punt team out on the field.
Yeah, when you face wing T teams, 3rd and long traditionally is either waggle or tackle trap. Sometimes counter crisscross, depending on what it is.
Yeah, we got to work on Sean as a ticker at the bottom of the. I'll talk to Nick about that. We need a ticker.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Somebody else going to have to run this computer if we do that. Approaching 7 minutes to go here in the game.
I think
Barnes
we could
back to
find
punt.
some.
Huh?
I think we could find some.
All right. Oh, shanks it off the foot.
right.
Goes out of bounds inside the 40.
Right off the edge of that foot. He
So it's
didn't
going to be
even get it to the
Hodgson ball.
stick.
Hodgson ball, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Yeah, it's 22-7, Sean, but I mean, you got the penalty on the goal line, and how many times have they shot themselves in the foot with penalties in the first half? This could very easily be a 22-21 game right now.
Well, they had 3 opportunities that I felt like in the first half where they could have scored, and they didn't. And if they just even put 1 or 2 of those in, we have a different game. But I told you early when I saw hands on the hips,
Yeah.
body language.
Mhm.
To me, body language lets you know early, how things are going to
Right.
go. And Hodgson came out excited, to start the game, and then they got worn down. The big guys just got worn down.
A lot of the Golden Knights skill guys are playing both ways, by the way, Tom. Too. So we'll see how that works towards the end of the season. With injuries, fatigue. And that's number 3, Michael Sanchez on the carry. Picks up about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Silver Eagles.
So here's what they did that time to make an adjustment. They came out in doubles, which forces those outside linebackers for Central to go out and play the slot receivers. And then they were able to run up inside, creating a 4-2 look, in the center. So they're able to count numbers.
2nd and 5.
But it gives them balance being like this.
Oh, we have a new quarterback. Sanchez is now the quarterback. Low snap, picks it up, and there's nowhere to go. And
Sanchez is lucky that's not a flag.
I'm not there. I don't know if there's flags on Central or Hodgson.
Well, he spiked the ball.
I know, but it's coming from the side, Judge.
But usually you get a big delay game penalty when you're spiking the ball like that.
You would think the white hat would have called it standing next to it.
There you go.
Shades your hat. I think Coach Wells almost pulled that flag out of the referee's. He was right in his ear. And I think it was like, if I got to listen to you, I'm throwing this flag.
Yeah.
He called it. I had to say,
Well, at least he
credit
didn't call it
for
on
John
Coach
Wells
Wells.
for calling that penalty,
That's
because
fair.
he worked that referee big time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many times have we seen the guy on the far sideline calling a holding
Oh my
penalty?
God, yeah. I'm sure we'll see it before the season's over. That's a handoff to number 2, Simeon Smith, and he's going to get some positive yardage. And that's going to be a flag on
another
Sussex
flag.
Central. You can.
There's laundry
You
all
got to
over
get
the
up.
field.
He might be lucky to stay in this game, because that could be interpreted as a kick coming up with that second foot. Now everybody's going to go out
And is it a dead ball? It is.
It is. Everybody's going to go back and find their hanky. I mean, if I had a flag, I'd have thrown it. I saw it from up here. I saw it
Sure.
from up here.
And
The
it's
game's starting to get a little chippy, and that's
Well,
something.
the thing that if you're Coach Wells that you're upset about, there's 5 minutes left, 5:51 left. You just had them stopped again,
Right.
and now you've given them a first down. And if Hodgson can score here, you have a ball game. And I think they have all 3 timeouts.
Yes.
You got a one-on-one matchup down at the bottom of the screen, too.
Oh, quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper goes up the middle, picks up about 5.
Yeah, this formation has really created some one-on-one matchups. We'll see if this kid can throw it. Douglas was down here one-on-one.
I'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Here he is again. Barnes on Douglas. I like this matchup.
The Riders and Appo are going into overtime.
Look, here it is. He tried to get it to him.
Oh, he's
Nice
going to have
job.
the first down.
Yeah, they were trying to get Douglas on a dig route that time.
Under 5 minutes to play in the game.
Until Sanchez takes it inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line.
The problem is the clock's moving. They need to have a
Right.
little sense of urgency.
Michael Sanchez goes into the flat and it's
Incomplete.
incomplete.
And that was sniffed out right from the get-go. Brian Evans was all over that play.
Pass intended for Simeon Smith.
Well, Sean, let's see how the going for two is going to help Smyrna this year. They trail 21-20 third quarter against Middletown, so and you got one of their 3 extra points tonight.
Yep. Whereas last year they had a great Hodgson percentage
Right.
on that. There's a bandit again, bandit formation.
Low snap. Oh, another big hit by the night. That's number 15. Brian Evans hits number 3, Michael Sanchez.
That's
he gets
2 big
positive
hits
yards.
in a row because
Yeah.
he snuffed out the screen too.
And Delmar Wildcats all over Smithsburg, 46-7. Delmar are going to go 1-0 on the season.
I would say Central was the better conditioned team
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. And they started to wear him down that third quarter.
Yeah.
Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Quarterback keeper. Looks like the ball might be on the ground.
I think he did. He turned it over. And it is. That might do it. That might do it. So 3:47 left. 20-7. Take the air out of the ball. Run your ISO. Run sweep.
3:47 to go. And you're right, ISO. You don't need to run the trap anymore. Just move everything forward.
I'd run quarterback keep away from Jalik Hayward.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 27-yard line.
See, you can't be too conservative here. You still got to be on schedule. Full house backfield, they're running the ISO up in there, and you're only getting a yard. You need to be on schedule. Might have got 3 there, right?
Right.
Fell forward.
It's almost like Hodgson might be conceding this game here. They're just letting the clock run. 2nd and 8.
I think when you get to the 2-minute mark, you kind of use your timeouts.
They got a bunch of scoring to do. Barnes on his own, nowhere to go.
Well, that was they were trying to run the keep, that time, and was that Billups
Yes.
on the tackle, right?
Right.
Too much penetration for them to run keep there.
Also, third down as well. I'm sorry, 8. Wow.
Third and we're going to call that 9 for the Golden Knights.
Penalty flag on the play.
Delay game.
First time on my head.
2:15 to go.
Sussex Central.
Are you thinking about your player of the game?
I got him.
You got your pick already.
Yeah, we'll go to commercial. We'll discuss it.
All right.
Curtis Reed in the backfield. Pitch goes to Curtis. He tries to get it out outside.
As Isaiah Barnes goes out of bounds. Minute 50 to go here in the
Well,
game.
I
It's gonna go
hope
third down.
you're liking Barnes.
Could be. It could be a kid named Barnes. There's 2 of them out there. Actually, 3 of them out there. Could be a freshman brother.
Statistically, there's a good chance.
Right.
Yeah, I know me personally, folks. I like guys like Barnes.
We gotta leave it suspenseful now, Sean.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I
That's my
like
guy, but
I agree. He's now playing on both sides of the ball, making some big hits, making some big plays.
Well, and he really took command of this game, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he had some really great runs that kind of turn the tide for Central. I don't know, though. We'll see.
Still got a lot of game to play here as they're punting the ball away.
Sure, return it for a touchdown,
That's
onside
right.
kick. Hey, we've seen crazy things, bro.
Right.
We have seen crazy things over the years.
Howard leads St. George's 38-14.
Again, crazy thing. Ready to go. Just add to what I just said.
Appo and Caesar Rodney, they're in overtime, tied up 14-14. Middletown, the biggest game of the night. They lead 21-20. That's only third quarter, too, so probably a lot of throwing going on in that game. You got two pretty good quarterbacks, two offenses that like to sling the ball around.
Smyrna with their transfer quarterback,
That's right, from Glasgow, Wilson. There we go, back to punt. That's a different punter. That's number 13, Perez.
Somebody please block Haywood. He's right here at the bottom of the screen,
Right,
coming
he's got
off
one
the
block
edge.
already tonight. Gets a spiral, gets it off. And it's going to bounce and roll to the 43-yard line. That's
Gabriel
number 50,
Brown starting to get a little chippy.
53, Tyler Bunning. Hey, let's get off the field, dude.
Exactly. They don't need 15 more yards.
No, you're right.
Don't forget the top water games tomorrow. Starting at 10:30. Going to get the first down middle school.
Minute 40 to go. I hope this minute 40 in the second half is not as long as the one was in the first half. Got a man open.
Great tackle.
Big hit, Drew Morris.
Great tackle.
Dude, I like this Sussex secondary.
Yeah.
You're going to have a tough time this year throwing out in the flats on them.
Well, how you attack them is you have to run combo routes.
Right.
You have to, make them confused. Then you have to play one-on-one and few in space. They are athletic.
Henry back in the game. And they're going to call that a catch. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, and Hodgson's going to take a timeout.
They missed an opportunity for a big, big play. Maybe that's indicative of their night.
3rd and 1.
But Morris let his receiver go wide open down the field. Had no safety help.
And we have a flag. Procedure. Just can't get it going, Sean. Hodgson did not get it going.
Nope,
tonight.
they could not. They didn't win the battle up front. The defense didn't get off on 3rd down. This crowd's been crazy all night.
Right.
So they were 0 for 3 on my X's and O's list.
And the clock winds under 45 seconds to go. Henry's back, has a man open.
I think it hit the ground.
And they're going to say incomplete.
Yep.
That's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Central tonight controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part. They stayed on schedule for the most part when they weren't shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. And they did create turnovers when they needed to.
3rd and 5.
And 2 big 4th down stops, right?
4th and 5, yeah, absolutely.
So
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. Henry drops back. Got a man open in the middle and closes quickly. So that's going to be a turnover on downs with 33 seconds to go.
Michael Sanchez was wide open on a dig route and jumping up and down in the middle of the field. He just missed him. But when you're an inexperienced quarterback like that, you lock in on a particular guy and not read your defense. That kid's future is really bright, but he struggled under the pressure a little bit as the game got on.
Our stat man just came in the box, so he must be getting ready to do some adding. He took his shoes off, so it might be right. It might be count penalties. 31 seconds to go. Update score in Smyrna. Middletown 28, Smyrna 20. Still 3rd quarter.
Well, this is where you get into your victory formation.
Yes, sir.
and not get a penalty.
And the Knights come to the ball, and that's what they're doing. They're closing up the gaps. Got a man deep. They're going to take a knee and end this thing. Still 2 minutes to go in the third quarter up there in Smyrna. There it is. Barnes takes a knee. I think he might have to do it one more time.
Looks like that probably is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, nice morning while I come out of the huddle right now.
One more snap of the ball, take a knee, and that is the ball game, folks. We'll come back with the Sodell post-game show. And that's the ball game. And Sean, I got to agree with you. There he is. Your Louie's Pizza player of the game, number 11, Isaac Barnes of Sussex Central. And we'll get his stat line up here in the post-game show.
Yeah, he did a great job tonight. Really took command of that offense. Showed a lot of leadership. Tonight. Guys started, making silly things. You could see Isaac grabbing guys and things, getting them back to the huddle so that they didn't do anything silly. Really impressed with how he played tonight.
Right. Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout while our stat man adds it all up, Dave Marvel. And we'll come back with our post-game, our Sodell Concept post-game show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Cello Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Cello Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Cello Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Welcome back to Georgetown, Delaware, Sussex Central High School, ladies and gentlemen. Sussex Central 20, and Hodgson 7. And our player of the game, the quarterback, number 11, Isaac Barnes. 115 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 33 yards in the air, and then we started playing some defense in the second half.
He was laying the wood.
Yeah.
Laying the wood. He did a great job. Good form tackles.
Typical Sussex Central wing T offense game, 296 total offense, and a typical Sussex Central defensive game held them to 78 yards total offense.
Well, I think the whole thing started in the second half, and they came out, it was a close game in that first half, and they came out and established themselves coming out of the locker room on that long drive, ate up all that clock, and really reestablished the line of scrimmage, I should say. I don't think Hodgson really had an answer. I talked to you earlier in the fourth quarter about conditioning.
Right.
Central was well conditioned tonight. They actually got faster as the game went on.
Right.
Giving yourself a lead will help with that. But, Hodgson, it's week 1. They got a whole season ahead of them. They're going to get better. But hats off to Coach Wells and the Golden Knights. What a great job of coaching. And just really impressed with Isaac Barnes.
Right. So there you have it, folks. Our player of the game, Louie's Pizza player of the game, Isaac Barnes, the quarterback, number 11. He's a junior. I want to thank some of our sponsors. First off, the Purple Parrot with our Pigskin Picks, Dream Scouting Network with our players to watch, Barclays Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard, the obviously Cello Concepts, who is our official sponsor of the downstate broadcast throughout the season. They couldn't do it without people like that. Greenblade Lawn and Irrigation for our turf report, and then of course the.
I loved that.
You like the turf report? That's
did.
That's a new twist this year.
I did. I loved the turf report.
I want to thank Kristen Mitchell back in Lewis, helping us with the score updates, making sure we're up and running. Nick Halliday, who's up in Smyrna, he's doing double duty. He's producing the Smyrna Middletown game and making sure we're not messing up. He helps us out down here. So for our cameraman, Trey Mitchell, our stat man, Dave Marvel, and Sean Brennan, I'm Benny Mitchell. Folks, have a good night and a good sports weekend. We'll see you next week when the Franklin Indians travel to Smyrna to take on the Smyrna Eagles in our 6:30 pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff. Folks, see you next week.